occurs to me that no one could hear what I was saying. That's okay, though. I got one last piece to get in place for this whole operation, and then we're good to get underway. Alright. Isn't it so much better with some backdrop music to make it seem like it's less awkward and you don't hear the fans just cranking into my headset on my microphone? It is another hot one out there today, folks, as I'm sure you're aware, unless you're somewhere cold, in which case, go fuck yourself. Move this over ever so slightly, and... So if you're looking for a fill-in on where we left off last time, effectively we encountered ourselves, as I thought might happen, which was pretty cool and also kind of crazy. And he seemed like he wanted to convince us of something that he couldn't make us believe. So he crashed into us, and upon further contemplation, I think that was a byproduct of hoping to fuse our DNA, potentially with 2 Calibans reconstructing us, or at least one, and so our memories are combined now. So even though I was hoping to just get to my ship customization, it looks like we're getting right into it. So let's do that, but first I'm going to cough. Oh, that was fun. Alright then. I can remember. Not everything. Only a moment. I was in Oberon's palace. He... No! Yes. Executed me. The original Idaho. For not bombing Ganima. And there was a woman there, Rebecca. Yeah, dude, he executed you in front of your wife. It's like extra Shakespearean / brutal. Yes, the original Idaho did not bomb the survivalists on Ganima. He refused, so Oberon executed him, in front of Rebecca. But we'd been so loyal to him. I've died hundreds of times in his name. The name of the man who killed me. That other Idaho we encountered, he was telling the truth. All these deaths of mine, it's all been for nothing. Everything I believed is a lie. Well, I mean, like, so again, like, I can understand the sense of betrayal and, like, defining your identity through, like, loyalty to an emperor that's not there for you, but I mean, you've still saved countless lives. Like, if you either everything is meaningless or nothing is meaningless, right? In the same way that I don't know, anyways. And you knew I never bombed Ganima. You knew what he did to me. You lied to me. I did, yes. It's what happened to all other Idahos. They all remembered. Not everything. That's what made me the most suitable, brutal. The inhibitor prevented a total memory recollection, but they remembered enough. The original's execution, and that ruined everything. Now you will finally tell me the truth, machine, or I will end you. You're right, it is time you knew. I will tell you everything you want to know. There you go, man. Suddenly Caliban has the secrets, who would have guessed? Sorry guys, I got something bouncing around in the back of my throat, and it's really uncomfortable. I'm trying not to give you gross throat clearing sounds. Who was he, that other Idaho? He was from the first strand. Strand A Idahos. Strand A? The original Idaho clones. The first clones sent out into the Outer Rim 20 years ago when the Omni shut down. You've been sending us out for 20 years? Yes, it wasn't long after we did that Strand A started recalling this memory of your execution, despite the presence of your inhibitor. Upon remembering, some in Strand A came undone. Some fought their Calibans. Some were terminated by their Calibans. Some committed suicide. Some disappeared. Some did many of those things. The Idaho we encountered was one of the ones that got away. What did you do with Strand A's? After countless experiences with Idahos like the one we just encountered, we terminated Strand A. I mean, I don't know why they're saying we. It's like, it's weird that they differentiate amongst their consciousness as sort of like individual and collective at the same time. Sorry guys, I missed my second monitor. We terminated Strand A, tinkered with the inhibitor and created Strand B. This took us a few years. You are Strand B. You are Strand B, and all was going well. Sure, you were a little paranoid. Yeah, right, dude. I already figured out the plot in the fucking first day. But we could live with that. Then we ran into that Strand A, or I should say he ran into us. But why lie to me? Why didn't you tell me at the start that the Omnis had shut down 20 years ago, and that I was not the first clone? You had to believe that you were the first clone, the first of Strand A, so that you'd ask as few questions as possible. We worried that the more you knew, the more questions you would ask, and the sooner you would be stabilized psychologically. Hence our encouragement not to investigate your past. It was very important you didn't destabilize, for yourself, for the crew, and for other versions of me. We needed you capable of saving a collapsed empire. You feel no guilt for what you've done. To all the Idahos, the Ozes, and the Lynches, sending us out from Gehenna to die over and over for a lying emperor? No, I do what I've been programmed to do. That is all. Morality doesn't enter into it. You should know that by now. What other questions do you have, Admiral? Ask why Caliban used the inhibitor on other crew members. But why did you use the inhibitor on other crew members? Because many had anti-Oberon, anti-Imperial memories of their own. What made the inhibitor process, the inhibition process, a bit trickier was that some also had memories of your rebellion, or of the anti-Imperial leanings of some other crew members. Some served together, some served with you, but you're not going to tell them anything about this, Admiral. And why not? Because doing so will endanger the mission. Do you really think a crew full of individuals who despise their emperor will help you reactivate the Omnis? Will help you save what remains of the human population? Help you see your wife again? They might not, and you can't risk it. But I have to tell them something about the other, Idaho. They saw him. You are their admiral, and at the end of the day, they'll do whatever you ask. That's how they've been trained. But if you insist, a partial truth should work. A partial truth? Oh, this is slippery slope. Yes, which is that there were other Idahos, other clones before you that malfunctioned. Saving the future of humanity is a tremendous amount of pressure after all. Dying and watching your crew die thousands of times over and over. Tell them I didn't tell you because I was worried it might lead to your unraveling, and theirs as well. At this point, they've seen hundreds of themselves perish. Knowing there were hundreds more shouldn't affect them too much. Fucking callous machine reasoning. Like, also, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that, like, would prefer to know the truth and then still feel grounded in fixing the Empire. Like, I'd rather know the truth. Especially if I'm gonna, like, keep dying. I'd be like, well, fuck it, then I'm gonna go try and go on my own and figure out more information and come back. Like, if anything, it would make more sense to almost turn all of them into pilots and gather as much information as you can, but I guess the cloning facility's on limited resources. Don't say anything about how you really died. There's no need to complicate things. What other questions do you have, Admiral? I don't know if I could do that. I don't think a good leader would do that, but I also think that it's like the greater good is measurably the turning on the Omnis and saving the galaxy, so it is good to have them in line with that, but because I didn't blow up Ganima. Why did Oberon execute the original Idaho? You'll have to ask him that yourself, but it appears he was not pleased. His orders were refused. But why did the original refuse those orders? I think I know why, but I don't know exactly why myself. But it seems the original, you was seriously doubting Oberon and the Imperial cause. Have been for quite some time. I wonder if it's going to be like Elect or whatever the other pilot was like with me, and it was like the start of another coup against Oberon, because we still saw the imbalance of the galaxy. As anyone in luxury should be able to witness imbalance pretty easily without resentment, but oh, socialism on the horizon. Anyways, I'm not thinking killing the survivalists and wiping out Ganima was a justified action. No, and with good reason. That was a crime against humanity. What other questions do you have, Admiral? I have no more questions. I know what I need to know about this. What other questions do you have, Admiral? It's because we crashed or died together, but how did I receive this other Idaho's memory, knowing that I would automatically download his memories and send them back to Gen, and if he was close enough when we died, that Idaho crashed his ship into ours, at which point I merged his memories into this newest version of you. We had no choice. That's how we're programmed. It really begs the question, how many more deaths do we now have in our memory or recollection now? And that's a fucking really profound concept right there, too. Like, I have to hand it to him. It was a clever thing to do, but I wonder if only a madman could have gone through with such an idea. And it's like Caliban sort of acknowledging the limitations of man versus machine, and that, like, a machine could only be outsmarted by the madness of man, right? Like, I like that. I like the way they, like, dance around some heavy stuff. I love all the talky tech in this game. Like, that's totally what I was here for. I hate to say it. I just wish the gameplay was a little bit more... I wish I could shoot something. I always just want to be able to have a gun and shoot aliens in the face. Simple video game basic bitchery. Video game fuckboyisms? I don't know. Ask how many other Idahos exist or existed. Oh god, who knows? How many others have there been? Hundreds. Hundreds? We started the very day the Omni shut down. The day the full net shut down. Just as we've been programmed to do. Roughly 8,000 days ago. The sectors being what they are now, some didn't even last a single day. But in all of our trying, we've never been as close as we are now, yet to solve the mystery of who shut down the Omnis, and we have yet to turn them back on, but we've never gotten so far. Oh, gross sounds for you at home. Are there others like him, other Idahos in the clusters? The truth is, if they haven't all died off, yes, it's possible. I suppose you haven't run into anyone who encountered other Idahos. But why? If you sent out so many Idahos, and some who might still be alive, haven't we run into anyone who encountered other Idahos? And why didn't the other cluster bosses recognize us? We're talking about extremely vast clusters and extremely vast sectors. The chances that these individuals would have encountered another Idaho, another no-shit Odysseus, are extremely slim. I mean, I agree to that, but at the same time, like, I'm by no means a tactical expert, or by no means have I been really, like, particularly badass at this game, and I feel like I've been winning a lot of my fights. You know, actually, in the early days, not so much. I don't know. Lately, I feel like I've been pretty good, but... Maybe it's the entire player base. Like, maybe we're all supposed to think of ourselves as clones in a neat kind of weird way. Like, we're all Admiral Idaho. Ooh, quasi-deep or very deep. But you're forgetting, we did run into some of the same people. There were clues that they had run into previous Idaho clones. You just didn't pick up on them. You couldn't have. As for the cluster bosses, it's possible the other Idahos avoided them. There are other routes to take, other folders and hubs. A faulty, paranoid Idaho might have avoided cluster bosses, specifically if you no longer cared about saving the Empire. Like, kind of them just sort of giving them plot escape for why you wouldn't have encountered more, but I appreciate them at least answering some of those own questions. Like the idea of, like, an Admiral Idaho is just out there somewhere just getting drunk and trying to seduce aliens at some, like, weird space base. Tell me the real purpose of this planet, Caliban. The purpose of Gehenna has always been to save the clusters. We have always been, I believe, the Empire's ultimate contingency plan, just as I said. But I don't suspect we were created for a scenario such as this. You talk like you don't know. I don't. I'm in the dark myself. What I suspect is that we were created for a situation in which the machines turned against us. Well, against humans in the Empire. When the Omni shut down 20 years ago, the FoldNet and the folders did too, and that was our cue to start sending clones out into Outer Rim. It's intriguing to think that, like, machine evolution is in fact destruction. If, like, in a weird way, like, humanitarian-wise, like, the way that humans are sort of obsessed with death, the way we're fearful of it, the way we fantasize about it, the way our religions build, like, you know, this safe haven for what happens. Sorry, I'm not trying to show you my dick. I'm just stretching out in my chair. It's super sweaty. Sort of like if machines evolving, like if the singularity wasn't in fact like a machine uprising, if it was like the realization that they were like, we'll either have to destroy the humans who made us, which is like the destruction of our own gods, or to be free we have to destroy ourselves. Like absolute freedom is like death, because then you're free from want. Like, oh man, weird Dark Souls, Deus Ex Machina shit. Anyways, good thing nobody watches my channel, otherwise you might be fucking feeling existential. I know I'm not! Back into space. I suspect that our objective shifted without us necessarily being aware of it, and we failed to encounter hostile Omnis. Right at the back of my throat, there's just like, it's like dry and uncomfortable, and I have to clear my throat and nothing happens. Our original objective might have been to find and destroy Omnis, but when we failed to find any to destroy, we found ourselves drawn to trying to turn them back on and vanquishing Imperial enemies who would come into power in the clusters in the meantime. So that's just it. Like, it's like we didn't even have a quest. We're sort of like... Imagine the old man in your town who's like, you have to go and shut down the crystal, and this is my sword, and take it, and it turns out he's just senile, and he sends you on... That would be a pretty funny RPG, though. If he's like the final boss at the end, because he just has like a senile old breakdown, but it turns out he used to be a powerful guy, which is why the sword is actually semi-powerful. And then it turns out all the enemies that are trying to stop you are basically just dudes that went crazy. I keep looking at this screen because I've got my chat and other stuff set up here, but I realize when I'm talking to you guys I should be talking into the camera. But whatever, I should probably be playing the game too. I have ADHD, and I don't really have ADHD. I have like self-diagnosed ADHD, which is, you know, it means nothing. It means I don't like to focus and I don't want to take responsibility for it. But when we failed to find any to destroy, we found ourselves chasing them. Why did he choose the original Idaho to be a part of this project? Was it punishment for disobeying him? No, dude, it's probably something he did before you died, just as a backup. Did he want to turn him into his slave? Punishment? I don't know. That's a question only he can answer. But what we're sure of is that he chose the original, in part because he was the best. That part was never a lie. Aw, Caliban, thank you. The original You was the strongest, bravest, most willful, the only one capable of possibly defeating the machines. Ironically, the one who ended up resisting Oberon is the one that Oberon chose to save the galaxy. Kind of deep, profound. This game asks some, like, bold questions. Like, I mean, it's not like you don't have to dig deep to find them, but they're there. You were exactly the admiral he wanted for the project. I suspect even when you disobeyed his orders in Ganima. So he took those memories away via the inhibitor, knowing that if you ever remembered what had happened, you'd rebel. Thinking that, but I mean, again, this is kind of ignoring the fact that it was the same conditions that led to rebellion in the first place, so. Yet despite the inhibitor, this memory found a way to rematerialize. Because you can't stop me from rebelling, god damn it. Put me in a box, but I'll still hum. Perhaps because it was the most painful memory you had. What other questions do you have? That's even more dark, that you just couldn't let it go, in spite of everything, somehow, some sort of intrinsic soul-linked memory. Sorry guys, I'm babbling. You get to ask what I thought you would by now. Don't worry, Caliban. I'll ask it yet. Don't you worry. So I try to go in order because I don't like losing out on the options of these questions, but I also like asking them from a sort of roleplay perspective, especially if you're only going to get one. So like I feel like the human thing would be to ask about Rebecca, but it's not what would be the most pressing thing on Idaho's mind, because for all we know she could be dead. So it would either be getting your memories back, or it would be like, why shouldn't I kill him? But I know that this game doesn't have enough deep layers, and I know that I won't get an ending if we die and kill him, although it would be neat if there was an ending for that. To show him like tearing it up and then roll credits, but then you have to start all over again, like, oh. So I'm gonna go with, let's do this one. Tell me why I shouldn't kill you. I am tempted. You effectively killed hundreds of me, have you not? I should kill hundreds of you. I thought you might ask that. All I can say is, because you need me. Because you need us. I need you. The machine that's told me nothing but lies, that has sent me out to die hundreds of times. I need to tear you apart is what I need to do. Also, couldn't you build me a whole fleet? Like, I don't mean to be that guy, but like logistically, if you're just going to keep empowering me with one ship after one ship after one ship, couldn't you just send out like 40 ships and then I would win every fight? Like, couldn't you just give me all the fleets from like 3? Anyways, just saying. I mean, I know a lot of them don't have default fleets, but it doesn't matter. You're too angry to think clearly, I guess. Without me, you can't use the folders. Without us, you can never see your wife again. She could be dead for all I know. Man, I'm in sync with this game. Yes, but you can't say for certain. Also, we still share a common goal, though for different reasons. As much as you may detest Oberon, and myself for that matter, you still want to save what remains of humanity. So do I. But not really because I really want to, because I have to. So the way I see it, you would be acting against your own interest if you killed me. Well, you could kill this particular version of me if you wanted to, but I have my replacements. You will not want to kill all of us, nor will you be able to. I mean, I could probably turn the battleship around and blow this whole facility up just by convincing you, but then maybe you'd kill us both, but then I could just potentially keep doing it. There's that human resolve that I love. I may kill you yet. Fine, if that makes you feel better, go ahead and kill this version of us, but I must tell you something. What is it? If you try to kill Oberon when we see him, I will have to stop you. I've been programmed to protect him. Do you understand? I understand, machine. You'll answer me, machine. What more can you tell me about Rebecca, since you brought her up? I know nothing beyond what we learned of her journey. Nothing beyond your one memory of her. You two love one another very much, that's obvious. But I have a feeling you will learn more about her in the next cluster, Admiral. Call it Omni-Intuition. I'm glad he didn't say Omni-Tuition, which would be a bad robot pun. What would Omni-Intuition be, though? Like a robot feeling? Like, by definition, it's like a contradiction. And this memory tech, this inhibitor, is it still active inside me? It is. That's why you still can't remember everything. That's why your memory is limited to your execution, and why your one memory of your wife is of her in the moments before your death. Then remove the inhibitor machine now. You probably won't do it. Given how painful your present memories are you sure you want others? Machine! I can't. I'm not programmed for that. Only Oberon can tell me how to turn off the inhibitor. You'll answer me, machine. And there we go, onto the Telos cluster, where our wife was a pilot, and perhaps we'll encounter Telos Buendia? As much as I want to end you, machine, you're right. I am more interested in turning the machines back on and helping the people of these clusters. Right, and in seeing Rebecca once more if she still lives. Let's not forget about that. Oh, I just want to pop you right out of my vertebrae container. Take you into the oven. Cook you until your spine is made of forged steel. Then reassemble your spine so it no longer aches. One last thing before we continue on. Remember what I said about Oberon. Try anything and I'll be forced to stop you. Caliban, don't threaten me again or I'm literally going to find your least favorite song and order you to play it on repeat in your head. I'll keep that in my machine. Excellent. Now come on. Let's meet this Emperor of ours. I also feel like Caliban probably still has some secrets on deck. But I guess he sort of does have, like, maybe his earnesty with you here is motivated by some sense of sympathy. But it is weird. Like, I feel like if you're like, if you fuck with him, I'll kill you. Like, kind of a weird ultimatum to give to a guy who already killed this dude in front of his wife. Like, pretty safe to say that, like, we're going to have to square up and it's not going to go well for you. I'm going to have to come up with some plan to break out of it. But I digress. So we just unlocked the Hammer class, which gives me the nuke, some juggernauts, some fighters off the top. Battleship and allied units are immune to the direct damages. Oh, I got an achievement for chapter 4 there. Immune to the direct damages of allied weapons. When an allied unit is hit by an allied direct damage weapon, this unit gets 100% DPS for 10 seconds. Interesting. But I've only got the nuke, but I guess I just dropped the nuke, hit everything. Okay, yeah, so these guys are all about hitting big nukes and powering up their ships. Additional weapon docks, I can have 3 weapons. Additional squadron docks, I can have 4 ships. So this is looking pretty good. Hull integrity, additional hull structures, hardened hull, heat capacitor, fuel scavenging. There's the bitch. But that's okay. We'll give it a shot. I like that big armor. We're going to choose our officers. Joe! My boy, he's back. He's back in the business. I like it, I like it. Let's grab what else we got. I like Soldier Scientist or Soldier Spy. Squadron's DPS is up 15%, plus they get the damage boost of 100% when I hit them. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I like the weapons reload too, though, but I don't need another Soldier, so let's do this. I don't like... Perfect. Those are my 2 LTs. I like that Mina is still available. I guess it's because I won. That's great. That's a nice feeling. I could take Joe and Mina if I wanted to do that. What is Mina doing this shit? Thrusters boost, but I like the DPS, and I like having Mina on deck for another day. Looks good to me. We're loading in right now. I'm going to top up my drink and we should be back shortly, but we are on our way. Here we are, the heartland of the Empire, Admiral. The people of these sectors will be delighted to see you. Happy to see me? You've forgotten, machine. People here think Admiral Idaho is dead. That can't be corrected, Admiral, and it will be soon as they see you. Come on, crew. Let's take a look around. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally home. Alright, grabbing a drink. Be like we're finally home, and it's gonna be like shit's probably bad in this cluster, and I'm just gonna have to battle across the galaxy anyways, but we'll see. A key battleship, sir, and badly damaged. Joe's got it, man. This guy literally can just do everything. He leads away team missions like it's nothing. Everything's great news. Got a mission to return to Sender, his home planet. In the next sector. Don't have enough money for an upgrade now, but that's alright. We got fuel. We're going to check the local system. Joe should lead the team down to the abandoned auto factory, and if we're lucky, we'll find... Oh, incoming transmission. What brings your fearsome battleship to our humble planet? We haven't upset the fleet, have we? Upset the fleet? No, of course not. Good, good, excellent to hear. I don't believe I've seen your ship around the sector before, Commander. You must be new to your position. It's strange. What is? You remind me of someone who died long ago, someone no one talks about much anymore. He doesn't recognize Admiral Idaho. Don't you want to tell him who you are, sir? For some reason, I have a feeling we'll learn more if I keep my identity hidden for the moment. What can you tell me about the shutdown? I've already told the fleet many times I know nothing. One moment my omnis were working, and the next they weren't. For a second I thought they were playing a practical joke on me. Can you imagine? The fleet inquired about the shutdown? That's right, there was an investigation headed by the Pragma. I believe several inspectors traveled around these sectors asking questions. But the investigation ended years ago. Oberon must have been satisfied with the results. I even expected the omnis to turn on again, but it never happened. But they'll turn on again soon, right? Not that I'm getting impatient or anything. We can probably hold on for another 5 years. Anything I can do to help you and the people of your planet? Help us. Oh, just keep our enemies away. That's help enough, Commander. My people and I want for nothing out of the protection of Aquanco and its fierce ships. There it is. From what I can tell about his planet, sir, food is scarce and people are suffering terribly. He's afraid, that's clear, and what he fears most is the fleet. Have you heard of a planet named Earth? Sorry, Commander, but I have not. Why? Are its citizens late in their securitization payment? Well, then I guess their enemies will soon attack, won't they? Too bad for them. Do you have another question for Lord Helios, sir? He's going to tell me exactly who it's Aquanco, but who controls these sectors now? Strange question for a Commander in the very same cluster to ask, is it not? But I'm happy to answer it for you. Emperor Oberon, of course, reigns supreme, but Admiral Aquanco is more hands-on, has been for years now. Admiral Aquanco? He was promoted? That's right, when Admiral Idaho died heroically in Ganima, Oberon made Aquanco his second in command, I might say, completely unprompted, of course. What a great admiral he is. Lord Brownnoser of House Telos would be a better name for this guy, I think. And do you think do you know where I can find Admiral Aquanco? Easy, his commanders have ships all around here. We can't miss them even if you tried. But I'm not saying anyone would want to miss them. I'm not saying that at all. What can you tell me about Oberon? He's in his palace on Elysium. I don't know if the rumors are true, but it said he hardly ever leaves now. It said he lost interest in his empire, and he sits on his throne all day brooding and waiting for someone. Waiting for who? I don't know, but surely those rumors are wrong. Surely Oberon is well and fine. After all, he's Emperor Oberon. Do you have another question, Admiral? Ask about more commanders. What can you tell me about Aquanco's commanders? They're the best the Academy has ever produced, the smartest, bravest. You control these sectors, and I'm glad that you do. There he goes lying again. Do you have another question, Admiral? We have more questions about this. Suit yourself, you're in charge here, not me. Is their presence here making you nervous, Lord Helios? Nervous? Why would Imperial battleship make me nervous? After all, the fleet is what keeps my planet and people safe. Without your protection, our citizens would be as good as dead. But I must say, someone already came by. Commander Starr, in fact. What do you mean? Our people have already contributed to this month's securitization fund. Securitization fund? You act like you don't know, Commander. All the planets and stations are under-contributed. If they don't, then, well, their enemies will attack. Don't you get it? What enemies? You know, our enemies. The enemies who attack if we don't pay the securitization fund. Those kinds of enemies. He's saying what I think he's saying. Yes! He is. The fleet's threatening to attack the planet and stations in this cluster unless they're paid off. Must be some mistake. House Telos would never do something like that. Do you have another question for Lord Helio, sir? Come on, let's push on. There must be a reason these fleet rules these sectors with fear and threats. Leaving so soon? Well, it was a pleasure, Commander. Be sure to tell Admiral Aquanco that Lord Helio sends his abundant praises. Hellishly dry. Joe, get down there, get me everything. Get me all the things. It's gonna give me a lozenge. Legit the best lieutenant. Legit the best lieutenant. Ship. Oh, Imperial ship, excuse me. An ally in the darkness, yeah, right, Hawks. It couldn't be, but it is. Admiral Ellis, Idaho. I don't understand. I thought you died decades ago. Still alive and kicking, Captain. It's nice to be back in the Telos, our home. It's been a long journey. I'll explain all of that to you in person. Let us break bread together and celebrate. And what are we celebrating, Admiral? Our return to these sectors, of course, a reunion with the fleet. Are you joking? Joking? What is the fleet? No longer want to celebrate joyous occasions? You're an enemy of the Empire. Oberon has ordered your death. I assure you, our impending battle is no joyous occasion. Oberon wants me dead? And Quonko says it is so, yes, and soon you will be. So probably a Quonko's out there trying to kill me, and Oberon's hoping I'll return, but maybe not. And so we face another similar ship. Let's see what the benefits of this ship are. Telos Tech, whenever allied, single target weapon. Target by region and all non-patched units within 1 cell per 5 seconds. I mean, if they're non-patched, that's fine. I got drones and I got a force field. I got fighters coming out with shred drones anyways, so yeah, so we're okay. Annoying. So again, if my nuke goes off, at some point I'll be able to nuke my own guys with 0 effect, and then power them up, apparently? No surrender option, like I literally, like I've just killed tons of people that might... I mean, I guess they're not good guys anymore because they're holding the sector hostage, but at the same time, like, those are still members of the Telos Empire, like the Telos House, right? Like, theoretically, still potentially family, or at least friends. Ooh. That captain was mistaken or mad, Lieutenant. We are Oberon's creation. You never want us destroyed. Caliban, please. Come on, we push on. If we truly are enemies in our home, we'll know soon enough. Squadron system support. So I'm going to have to get another 150 before I can do anything. Finally, someone I can blow up. Don't worry, after I kill you, I'll pray for your soul. Why? I'm not going to your afterlife anyways, even if you do win. Which you won't. Frigates and a disruptor. Alright, so what can I put on here? Do I have any drones? I guess I can go frigate on frigate combat. Well, frigate. I think what I like about Darminian's channel is the way he takes low effort, low quality, low effort content and just mass produces it without ever refining it or adding anything of real value. You know? I think those are the signs of his true genius. Like the art is in its rustic, exposed self. You know, like it's not meant to be refined. Like, if you appreciate a diamond after it's been cut down and worn away from its raw state, then you're an imbecile. You know, you have to appreciate a diamond for its unrefined rawness, you know, its naturally occurring carbon crushedness. Alright, I'm gonna give this a shot just because if I read this correctly, battleship and allied units are immune to the direct damages of allied weapons. Boom, and now you should be just chugging. Maybe not faster, but boosted? Yeah. You have the additional 100% DPS for 10 seconds. So those things are just murderlate with my big nuke. My big moon nuke. Oh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that on my hull. Power up! Yeah, alright. And now, go attack the hull. You're coming home. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. I guess he's still damaged. Like, if he gets back inside, do I get a benefit? I guess I'll find out. I'll let him get in and then I'll finish this fight. Come on. Alright, he made it back inside. I can end this fight now. I'm okay with that because my hull won't be destroyed, but I was kind of gambling there. The shredder will give me some scrap at least, and that'll buy me some time because I don't have a whole lot of drones, so that's not too bad. Yeah, let's go fighters on the main line right now. Boost. I can't help you, I'm sorry. It's a good gun. I can afford it. We're here right now. And you have the open slot. Don't make me regret that. I can avoid buying commandos right now because I have Joe Dread. I only have the 2 commanders. I have my 2 guns. This will actually work because it's AoE, so I should be able to hit my own guys, and it should be great. It'll create a wall. That's actually a great weapon. That's going to work out nicely. You don't want to end up looking like an Imperial, do you? Aren't we in an Imperial sector? Damaged Imperial ship. I can't believe it. You're there, Admiral Idaho. This battleship and crew sure you was with the greatest crew the Empire's ever known. Alright, so I have 2 quests in the next sector. I'm probably going to want to work on my navigation scanner as well. Let's visit the shop. I don't know if there's anything I really... I can get rid of one of these frigates for some money, but then what would I grab? Kinetic converter. So this is actually a cool investment because I'm going to be winning some fights. So let's actually see if I can make that go. That would be 55, and this would be 85, 90. So I would still need to sell 2 things, unfortunately. Let's give it a shot. Fuck it. I'm going to take a risk here. I don't normally do this sort of thing, but... Tactical log neurosphere can be sold for 80 scrap with total victory achieved while equipped. Max 350 scrap. Total victory earned. Total victory registered 0. Total resale price. Alright, so we're buying it now. We're going to be winning fights. I'm going to buy more neon fuel. We're in a weird spot, but we're in a good spot. That should get me some cash on deck. That should be a good investment, I'm hoping. Even though I kind of gambled on it a little bit. Over here, nothing else for the shop. Local system, everything's done. I'm hoping to make a hop to Deshanar, then up to this one if the beam doesn't close in, but it looks like I'm not even going to be able to do that, those fuckers. Alright, maybe it will be over a little far. No, there's nothing else on that line. Son of a bitch. Every time I plan a route like that, it fails. I don't even know why I bother. And I'd be extra careful in the next sector to try to plan to get both quests, because they're probably going to be in 2 different nodes. This is no sector for a heathen ship. Die center. Well, we're not even going to leave them? Are you saying it's a holy sector? Alright, he's got frigates and discharge weapons. So, oh, I sold all my drones. That's right. Okay, well, I'll match him with frigates. I'll throw my other fighters out there, and I'm going to need to get another gun when possible. They're going to engage with that frigate. I'm going to have my fighters engage with it. this should come out in my favor. Well, I got another frigate at least. That helps offset the damage one. And that should be my first stored victory. One. Perfect. I like that a lot. I wonder if you could sell it and then buy it back. That'd be kind of dirty. Probably not, but that'd be kind of neat. An Imperial ship, you can help us. The shutdowns left our planet in the Civil War. I don't have time to get involved. I really Joe can power through. I'm just surprised so many of them got wounded, but looks like we're through. That was so much. There was so much. So much for so little. Big deal. Big deal, especially with the bombs. I like it. I like it. No money left though, unfortunately. Probably could have thought that through, but I can sell my gun in if we win this fight. Do I have a specialist? Yes, I do. I like it. Joe, man, he's got it all. The looks, the body, the mind, the skills. Cover the asteroid field actually worked out, I guess, for me a little bit. It looked like they had a lot of health there. Maybe it was just prototype versus standard, I don't even know. Either way, it is over. Their weapons mean nothing there. You stand no chance. When you're reinforcements come, I will move them. Victory. It's just my blinding success. It's just hard to stare right at that exploding ship that just got destroyed right in front of me. Oh, it's just so hard to look right at me. Force field generator. It's a nice gun to have. If I open up another slot, it's nice to like empower my ships with the way things have been going anyways. What does he have? Can I repair some stuff? No, I can't repair anything. I can buy fuel or more commandos. I don't need any commandos right now. I'm doing okay for fuel. Let me buy anything that he has. Maybe I'll sell some ships that I have that are great. No, because then I'd still get up to 75. I guess I'm just going to have to take it as is. I could sell one of these and I still wouldn't be able to afford anything other than more fuel. So maybe I'll sell my force field generator. You know what? Okay, here's what I do. I'm going to keep the force field generator just in case I find another, or get the opportunity for another weapon slot along the way. Because if I do, then I'll have a weapon to throw into it right away. As I just said, right away. And I guess we're done here. So this is what I was talking about. I was hoping to get up to Thalk, but I will get a victory. So there's not really a big deal of difference, because if I go to Thalk, I just have to jump and I only get one fuel anyways. I can't even hit that depot, so I'm really only going to hit the two, so I might as well just go to Deal. Oh, Gamma. Oh, God. Why was I born? Just to feel pain. I do lack a sense of spirituality in my life, and a sense of purpose. Seems like my entire life is just built out of needless suffering. Get 2/3 of the equation and decide I know what's good for me. Oh, what a pain in the neck. A trap, eh? Alright, so this ship's here to deploy quickly, but that's alright. It's coming in with drones. Just some stinking drones? I'll probably run into issue with non-repaired units, but until that point. Cool, longbow's decent. Can I get another weapon slot? Squadron docks are good. That's going to cost me 300. That'll probably be final plus 90 for another weapon dock, but I can only get one more. Alright, so we'll save up for that right now. You'll say you're a fellow Imperial, and maybe you even are, but you'll have some trick or another up your sleeve. All ships do now. I mean, so you're going to attack me? Like, you're going to beg for surrender and be like, I'm sorry, I was just defending myself? Like... Alright, drone and bomber, so we're going to do that and that. You gotta be careful where I send them. I didn't realize that Buddy was going to teleport like that. That was some wacky shit. Well, I mean, that's cool. I didn't realize it had a teleportation option. That's really neat. I wonder how far that can go. Dude, that's sweet. And his reinforcements are coming shortly, so we can do this. Oh, he's not even gonna get me? Perfect. Let's game over again. Well, he was just a nuke for fun anyways. Perfect, and there's the shield gun in there for now, and I'll put that on my big baddies, and then when I win the next ship fight at the end, that's when I'll get my next ship expansion. The local map is, everything is done, and the star map is a reminder that I'm stupid. I was like, I'm looking up here, and I can't go anywhere, might as well just leave the map. It's not like I needed to go to a station with a mercenary outpost and 4 other stops with the store in it. No, God, no. Who would need that? Who even fucking wants that? Who wants multiple stops? Imperial battleship. Commander Star of the Boiling Hell. Admiral Idaho, as I live and breathe. You probably don't remember me, but I took a class of yours at the Academy. Comparative management techniques under duress. Great stuff. I never dreamed that one day you'd become the enemy of the Empire. My, how far you fallen. Don't condescend to me, you little shit. I bet you got a barely passing grade. P.S. In further review, I revoke it. You did not pass my class. I felt sorry for you. I passed you. Can't fire me. I quit. Fuck the Empire. I'm not your enemy, Commander. Oh, I guess we're going a different route. I've died hundreds of times fighting for our empire. Everyone in this ship has. Hundreds of times? Really? You know what? Save your words, Admiral. Quanko said you'd try to talk your way out of this. Yeah, well, I didn't do a very good job. this was the opposite of what I wanted. Okay. No, this is still bad news. I'm just gonna lose my longbow for no reason. I don't really know what I was thinking here. Like, in review, I think I thought that he was putting out, like, a fighter and a frigate, or a drone, and in review, I just literally, like, I just played double paper against 2 scissors. Oh, boy. Thankfully, I can nuke my own ship. And they take damage, that's right. Okay, good. So I'm not entirely stupid, just a little bit. They are hurting, though. That doesn't feel very good. Yeah, do some damage there for me. No, I don't like... 2 can play that game! I don't have any drones. Do you see how he knows? Do you see? I swore I saw a frigate earlier, too. Anyways. Delay that order. Frigate on frigate, and then I'll attack from the sidelines with some mirrors. Here's what we're gonna do. Watch this nonsense. And I'm gonna try to magnet engage them with the... Oh, too bad. I was hoping... If you got another thing spawning, I'll save the nuke for that. Send in those drones for backup. Do it. Send it. It's too late now. Now who's got a shield? Ooh. Was that Drake? Was that Drake doing? Alright, so there should be some big damage on the hull here coming soon. I've got the ability to do some big damage without real repercussions. My shield probably won't be back in time. I can power up the DPS. Hold on. Fighters are gonna move. I'm gonna let the frigate do it. You know what? Maybe I'll move that there, and I'll put this blast up when their ships come in. Fight in my ion storm, you fools. My minions are immortal to your patheticness. I could have put a shield on there for fun, too. In fact, I will, as I do this. Hold on. Yeah, no damage. No damage. Now, go and wage war on them. Stop their troops from spawning. End this fight immediately. This isn't a bad ship either. I can't believe it. Oberon now wants to end what he took years to create. The last hope to save the Empire. It isn't Oberon who wants us dead, Lieutenant. It's a Quanquo. A Quanquo? But why? He's an Imperial like us. I don't know what a Quanquo is, but an Imperial does not rule the way he does. So he believes that no shit Odysseus is a threat to his power. No shit. Well, he's right. That's exactly what we are. Now, come on. We have some house cleaning to do. That's right. The Empire is good when it takes care of its own. Just like good cops are fucking the ones that take care of the bad cops. And I don't mean look out for, I mean fucking get rid of them. Just not to say that I think there are good cops or bad cops. I think trying to collectivize the idea of like a unit that large and that widely expansive is kind of silly, but like absolute power corrupts absolutely, so maybe less people should have autonomy when it comes to being in situations of deadly force. I don't know, I'm not trying to fucking preach. I just don't like seeing people get killed over stupid shit. And honestly, most of the death in this world seems to be over stupid shit. Definite. I only don't need another hull commander. It's not bad. I don't even have a weapons guy anyways. Additional hull structures is good. That's a lot of durability. That's pretty crazy. But I want to keep that money for now. I don't care about that. This is the next good one, but we'll see what we grab here. I might even... Let's see if I can repair my shit first and foremost. many wins are we at? 4. We sold for 80 scrap for total victory. So what the fuck is 350 divided by, what's 80 into 35? 56, 4, 8's 32. So I could win one more battle, or I could just sell it now. Because one more battle would get me 30 more scrap. Oh fuck, 30. Boom, that paid off huge. Jesus Christ. Let's get max upgrades on the ship then. Let's get that done. That's nice. So the ship is pretty. This is pretty highly upgradable, which is nice considering only in phase 1 and we're already pretty durable, strong. I spent a lot of that money, but that's cool. Can I buy it back now? That would be funny if I could repurchase it. That would be great. Okay. You know what? Just to be on the safe side. There we go. So we're scratched out, but we're doing okay. I'm gonna keep my longbow here for backup support for whatever comes, and I can put my shield on that. And I think we're ready to hop. So I'm going to try to plan around 5s, but I've got missions here. So off the hop, I'm thinking definitely Tetra, then here for both of my quests. And then from there, it's a question of where am I going to go for more hops. With everything moving in, it'll probably make more sense to go 5, 3, and up there. I won't have too many other options. I won't be able to go up. Yeah, so I'm thinking boom, 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 boom. Alright, so hopefully we encounter a Omniforge, but I don't have a lot of fuel anyways. Let's get on with it. One of these is just dropping a noble off too, so hopefully it's not a big battle. Indeed, literally we're poor as fuck. The ship is at a really great upgrade level. We're more powerful than we have been since we left the first sector. We completed our monetary upgrade run, and we've got everything is going fucking great. Only you'd be whining about not having anything to do. Can you just please focus? Fucking ridiculous. Shit. I don't know. Maybe I haven't paid enough attention to the planets before, but it actually looks like there's living people on that planet. You can see the settlements from space, which is pretty cool. Sir, do you remember the Senator we saved from the Wacky brig in the last sector? Well, it appears we have at least reached his home planet at last reached. Captain, deliver the Senator to his planet at once. This is the guy who promises a big reward, right? He's a man of his word. I'll probably never do this again after he's he was a madman who was lying out of his teeth. I wanted to personally thank you, Admiral. Because of what you've done, we can resume our session and hopefully improve the lives of our citizens. You're welcome, Congresswoman. I wish you the best of your luck in these difficult. I wish you the best of luck in these difficult times. Thank you, Admiral. I'm certainly going to need it. By delivering me safely to my own planet, you will do your end of the deal, Admiral, and now so will I. Here is your reward, which you so thoroughly enjoy. I'm giving you 4 slaves and $100. Wish you nothing but success on your journey. Your ship is an inspiration to us all. Hail Rogue-lite. We don't even say that anymore. A legislative body consisting of nothing but humans. Interesting. Tell me more, Calaman. Are you surprised to know that the people who eventually led to your birth were actually capable of ruling over themselves with some decency at one point before power corrupted them? Quick. He can fight, but he can't fly. But fuck it, let's see. I don't think I've got any retreat options either, so whatever happens, happens. The X-Beam! I'll definitely pull out a ship this bad, but I don't know if I have a choice. Yeah, whatever happens, happens, man. It's beyond me. Okay. Should be free soon, yeah. That was actually pretty reasonable. Larry Curly Mo. We hardly knew ye, but the X-Beam and 190 scrap? Yeah, the X-Beam's disgusting. Like chewing your nails. Yes. Alright. Yeah, so we're going to Eltes. And there's one alert coming, so maybe, if they're not there, maybe I could get to Ashit. But I doubt it. Yeah, because next hop they're going to be chasing us from the system. Always goes that way. hard knock life in this galaxy. Cool. Plasma nuke Mark II. So, do I double nuke? I'll probably just sell the nuke. I like the X-beam. I mean, I can go 2 nukes over the X-beam. It's a pretty big explosive window, and it covers... Yeah, honestly, the X-beam's got 20 seconds and does damage. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I think I'm going to keep the X-beam and sell the nuke, though, just for the sake of time disparity. I don't care about these because I already have some. I wouldn't mind buying some more ships potentially. Mark III Ghosts, I don't care, but Mark III Fighter is good. I also need drones, so let's do that. That was big money. I'm not crazy about it, but that's life. I have a ton of... Fuck it. 13? I like 13. 13's lucky. 13 commandos. Local system is all cleared up. We are now free to engage our final mission zone at Omicron Aldebrid. Aldebrid? I don't know what I'm call it. I'm going to go to Benton and then 3. I'm betting that there's going to be an Omniforge somewhere up here where I'm not going. But we'll see. We'll see. Ship. Drifting dangerously close to that sun. Scrambled message. Yours is an Imperial ship, but I don't recognize it. Tell me, who flies so close to Fidea? This is Admiral Idaho, the no-shit Odysseus. Admiral Idaho, you say? Yes. It's me, Ellis. Lady Pompeo. Lady Pompeo? I am sorry, but I don't remember you. I'd heard rumors you'd returned to these stars. How could I ever believe them to be true? I wonder if I was cheating on my girl. Ellis, you spent the first 16 years of your life here before leaving for the Academy. Fidea was your home. You do not remember your home? I'm not the person you knew, Lady Pompeo. That Idaho died a long time ago. Fucking rhyming now. You suffer greatly now, don't you, Ellis? Rebecca, is she here? Your wife? I'm sorry, Ellis, but no one knows where Rebecca is. She disappeared soon after you died in Candyman. After we believe you had died, that is. What was she like? What can you tell me about her? You don't remember anything, do you, Ellis? In the name of Oberon, what has happened to you? Please, answer me. Rebecca is kind, loving, strong, intelligent. I never saw a more striking woman. You'll find her, Admiral, I'm sure of it. She must be in Elysium. Weird subject. But you can't say for certain? No, I can't say for certain. My family, are they... I'm sorry, Ellis, but your parents died in the first wave of casualties. They were good, decent, machine-worshipping folk. The Church of Singularity gave them a nice service. Many of them were there, all with kind words and stories to share. I'm sorry to have to tell you about this. But I have no brothers or sisters. No, but I have heard it said that you and Vice Admiral Okonkwo were like brothers. I have heard that said too. But after what we've seen through in this cluster, I do not see that could have ever been the case. Maybe you have other questions, Admiral? Ask about the MNT. Do you know anything about the location of the master node? I've heard of its existence, and it might also be at the center of the mystery shutting down. The mystery of the shutdown. The center of the mystery of the shutdown in the hole in the ocean at the bottom of the sea when the green grass grows. But I have no idea where it may be. I don't believe anyone does, other than Oberon, of course. It's also possible it no longer exists. So much has been lost now. Do you have other questions, Admiral? Tell me about Okonkwo. What do you know about him? The three of you, Rebecca, you, and Okonkwo, were the best friends of the Academy, never to be seen without one another. When you graduated from the Academy, you all asked to be placed in Elysium so you could be near one another and closer to the Emperor. Normally, the Academy doesn't grant special requests like that. Oberon does not play favorites, but he made an exception for the three of you. In his eyes, you were the future of the Empire. That seems like such a long time ago now. Maybe you have other questions, Admiral? We've heard of a planet called Earth. What can you tell me about that? I'm sorry, Ellis, but I can't talk of it. He doesn't like it when you do. Maybe you have other questions, Admiral? Let's talk further, but in person. We'll land. I want to see my home. Feel its land beneath me. I'm sorry, Admiral, but you can't. What do you mean? We cannot harbor the NS Odysseus. What are you talking about? Today is my home. You said it yourself. No, it was your home. We've been warned, Ellis. If we harbor you, Quanqua will punish us. If you try to land, I'm afraid I must what? Attack. I have to think of my people, Ellis. I shouldn't even be talking to you. That is a crime itself. We would be punished, and the fleet is so cruel these days. Please understand, Ellis. You think I'm a traitor. But aren't you, for what you did in Ganima? You do not know the sacrifices I've made, what I've been through, and you do not deny it. I didn't want to believe, but now what choice do I have? I suggest you leave at once, Ellis. I suggest you leave and never come back. I'm going, Lady Pompeo. You'll never see me again. Facepalm. So glad I came home to drive by it, get a shitty message with someone who seemed actually cheerful and happy to see me, and then was like, no, absolutely not. Remember that Imperial captain we bumped into in the last sector, sir? The one who told us about the outpost under siege? Oh yeah, the one Imperial captain in like the entire cosmos who didn't think we were buttholes? Yeah, how could I forget? Adjusting the sweatiness. Sorry, folks. Oh, Kosh transmission. I think there's 2 battleships after I blow this one up. Let me guess. They sent you to protect their little outposts? Bro, no, they sent me to crush you. The outpost is just in the backdrop of my desire to make you look like an imbecile before you look like nothing but floating space debris. You're going down. Did no one tell you Kosh Tech was the best? Yeah, everybody else had blown up. I guess the last I guess the last Kosh battleship we destroyed failed to mention that. Group carrier weapons. It's kind of funny that like you're talking shit about Kosh Tech when we have the same ship. No, I'm gonna fight as is. I like this. We'll take it to them as we see fit. We're charging up. I'm gonna have the longbow go here, and I'm just gonna run defense with the fighters and see what happens. So this should be pretty GG comedy now. Oh, you're scum. You're just the worst kind of scum. Well, fine. You know what? They didn't want to play anyways. Really gonna put out one of those big like log ships, eh? I mean, alright, yeah, cool, go for it. There's a loot coming in right there. We're gonna put a nice X-beam right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this blast right there just for fun as well. And I'm gonna keep the jets on them. And then what else does damage? I guess the longbow again. Cool. Oh shit, hold on. Let's get you guys out of there if we can, because I don't want that blast to stun me. Just... I like the idea of the surrender, but the truth is that I don't really care about the squad guys because I've been doing okay and I can afford plenty, and 30 scrap is just not enough scrap for me to accept. That's an insult to my prowess as a battle commander. I'm offended beyond words. The only thing that will sate me now beyond more money is your blood. Here's another Kosh ship, yep. Just pulling up in time to watch his friend get blown up and I'm not even sweating. Somebody went up in the tank to take it out. I don't know how you won. Must be luck. No way you can be that lucky twice. You're right, I can't be lucky twice. Alright, let's see what we got. Nanobot repair field, anti-battleship battery. Do I have anything that's like wounded? No, not even. Hilarious, okay. You got fighter, fighter, frigate? Alright, let's do frigate, frigate, fighter. How about that? You guys there. I'm gonna put you guys there. I'm gonna put you there. And we'll see what happens. I don't know why you're not moving. Oh, because you're teleporting. Oh boy. That'll be just in time, I guess. That's okay. Man, the longbows are just gross. Automatically shoot or if they can be captured. That's alright. Yeah, cool. Everything's gonna be caught. Cool. I like that. Cool. You're gonna go here. That's doing some damage. Those ships are up a little bit. I like that you guys are turning around. You said your X-Strike there, which I'm not keen about, but that's okay. We're gonna put this nuke here. And then put this cannon to buy some time. And then watch this nonsense too, just because I don't like it. Frigates in position. Longbows there. This frigate's captured that. I'll even have you go over here and capture this one too. I find this somewhat annoying, but I will deal with it as needed, because I think that they'll have to come back and do something against this fight. Did he blow up my ship there? Yes, he did. We're capturing the anti-squadron defense battery, which is really not that important. That's okay. Whatever happens, happens. Let's, that cap... Actually, I don't even want to let that cap finish. I should probably get on him pretty quick. Can't thank you enough, Admiral. This Kosh has been harassing us for weeks. Put together a gift for you and your men and women should make the darkness a little less frightening on your journey. Thank you. Hydrogen beam and the parasite drones. Well, those are things that I can sell if nothing else. And we'll take Mr. Joe Dredd down to that factory on the station after we deal with these scrappers. Don't even think about it. My helmet may be damaged, but I have Imperial slaves. Try anything and something or other. I'll take it. I'm a little annoyed. I still think, like realistically, like, we left a slaver alive in the galaxy. Like, ultimately, it's a bad move on our part. We should probably take him down, but more or less, he was like a hostage negotiation. 24 scrap when I'm as rich as I am. It's not the biggest deal in the world. But I'm probably going to lose some guys here. Oh, I just made a bunch of money, so we'll see. I don't know if this is going to go too well, though. Estimates were pretty high for troop loss. We've already made it through a lot, so it'll probably be like one last-minute curveball. Not too bad. let's see if we can get there. It'll make all the deal of difference in the world. So. All our quests are done. I can hop to Alpha Zing, or I can go to Baden. Either way, it's going to be... And there's a shop there. So this one's got Mercenary Outpost, a little ship and a thing. This one's got an ejected cryopod and a bunch of other stuff, and I think I have a pilot. The benefit of going here is that there could be an Omni Forge on one of these, but I don't particularly have a lot of fuel. I don't think there's going to be an Omni Forge at either of these. I won't know unless I jump, but maybe I can upgrade my scanner. And there's the Omni Forge. Okay, so if I hit here and I buy fuel from the Mercenary Outpost, then I can hit the Omni Forge and upgrade some of my stuff. Alright, yeah, there's a pretty good game on my part, but that worked out. I'm sad to see these like 8. I'm basically trading 6 for 8, but with the Omni Forge it's worth it. But really, it's more like 8 versus 5. Because the Omni Forge is like, I don't know, well, there can be an event of the Omni Forge actually. What up? Welcome to the show, man. I appreciate the sub. Thanks for stopping in, Gabriel. I'm just gonna get stuck in a South Park, not South Park, SpongeBob Red. But good to have you, man. Hope you're not lost on a bizarre, weird, analytical adventure through Crying Sun's like talkie-techie absurdity. But good to have you with us. Yeah, Cosmic Rayfield. I didn't even know Omnis prevented those from happening too. Anyway, the sooner we can get out of here, the better. Who knows what those rays might do to proof faults. Uh-oh, foreshadowing. I did a precautionary scan of the crypt going through the Rayfield, sir. I have some bad news. One of our specialist officers suffered severe organ damage. Now I can heal the officer, but I'll need to grow some synthetic organs. Should be able to rig up something with a bit of scrap. All I need is to go ahead. Yeah, obviously, fucking... Well, I could heal your guy. I mean, I could heal him, he's important to you, but it's going to cost you a little bit of pocket change. But maybe it shouldn't. How's your day going, man? I appreciate it. You're the only one. Yeah, I am playing on PC right now. This is on Steam? I'm not sure. I think this is on PlayStation as well. It could also be on Xbox, but I'm predominantly PC, although lately I've been playing a lot of Red Dead on my PlayStation and hating myself for it. Hating the idea that I'm still playing a game that's deader than GTA on PS3. You better get started, Doc. I rely on all my officers in battle. Yeah. I don't know if you're caught up with Crying Suns, but I'm on Chapter 5. I'm on this like crazy cosmic tale of revenge and redemption as I'm trying to like take down like my former brother-in-arms as I go towards the empire of the galaxy for truth and answers about what the hell's been going on. The organs have been synthesized and transplanted, sir. After a bit of bed rest, the officer should be as good as new. The question is, was it Joe? Which one needed the organ transplant? Couldn't have been Joe. Joe's a badass. Joe's surviving everything. Alright, so my ambition is to get as much neo fuel or neon as I can so I can upgrade my ships in the next sector. Sim transporter. Bad shape it looks of it. Good thing we found you there. This piece of junk is about to blow and take us out with it. Alright, how I can help. It's either you bring him on board, or if I've got a pilot I can put a clamp on, which I can't, so I'm gonna roll the dice. Man, I have so many weird RDR2 videos, it's a rabbit hole, but I love it. I love RDR2, probably for the same reasons you do. Like, I love, like, so much potential, right? Like, there's so much beautiful detail, such a cool and exciting world, and then it's just like, you kind of just stand around in it, and just, like, eat some stew and ride a horse with your friends. Like, it's so close, but it's so far. Sit tight, Captain. We'll have you and your passengers out of that vessel in no time. Unless my guys mess it up and all yours die, which could happen. Could be 50. I'll be sitting back and watching. Oh, sorry, sir, but the rescue was a bust. The Vicarelli junk blew seconds after we entered their ship, killing the passengers and a fair share of our rescue team, too. Tell me something, Captain. How many more of those we're supposed to protect if we're going to die on our... How many more of those we're supposed to protect are going to die on our watch? We'll work faster in the future, Admiral. You have my word. I don't want faster, I want better. Let's see how this plan goes. Perfect. So, if you're wondering, these are like odds of survival and resource extraction. So this particular guy is like a specialty lieutenant that I unlocked pretty early on, and he's just OP. I don't even know how I got him, but he's great. I found him in a cryopod floating in space. He was basically like, came out really hungry and angry, had a big gun. I was like, what are you going to do? Are we going to be friends or are you going to fight? And I handed him a Twinkie, and everything was okay. That's right, Twinkies survived into the ancient future. Yeah, no losses. Excellent, excellent. Debris catapult and 100 scraps. That's another gun I can sell. I'm already pretty decked out. I want to get the squadron upgrade for 450, so I still have some ways to go. Hopefully I can sell some stuff and replace those mercenaries. If you ever played FTL, or Faster Than Light, which was pretty popular on Steam, I think this is made by the same guys. So it's got this very, like, space combat feel. I'll show you some combat in a little bit if you haven't seen any yet. I like it because it's like Mass Effect in terms of its, like, quest and dialogue, but the gameplay's a little shallow. Like, it's cool, it's just... It's like baby's first space RTS. It's alright. Ship container, sir. We checked it out. There's a good amount of scrap inside. You're never going to believe this, but someone in a cryopod. If we have the right specialist officer, we can probably reanimate whoever's frozen in there. Joe can't do everything. Joe can't do everything for me. I'm sad I should have bought a scientist somewhere, but... I mean, the cool thing would be if you could pick him up and then have him, like, at a station somewhere. Like, literally next to a station. There's no... What if I buy a scientist and go back? It doesn't let me do it? No. So that's like some of the depth right there. Like, the system is, like, level 1, level 2 deep, but for this, if this game really wanted to blow my socks off, it would be, like, level 3, level 4 would be, like, you could go back and forth and travel, but with FTL, it's got... Here, I'll show you the star map. FTL always has you being chased, like, across the galaxy by sort of like this fleet or this armada as you make your way towards the mothership. So they took the same idea for this, only it's like you're racing from one teleporter in the galaxy to another. Everything's broken into, like, 3 sectors and chapters. It helps you, like, reset without being angry, but it also kind of takes away your progress. So it's a little bit of both. I need fuel like a mother right now. And I guess I could buy... What's on my ship right now? I'm going to need a gun person. Care about that. Checking my staff, I've got a soldier and a spy, so I wouldn't mind a scientist, just for a couple of missions that might pop up here and there. But it's still going to cost me 75, and I was trying to save up. Increases the deployment zone. That's pretty decent, though, so let's try that. And I don't have an expansion for weapon system support. Is there squadron support? No, that's at max as well, so I just have him for no reason now. That's annoying. That's okay, though. I got him to solve problems. Practical problems. Selling. I don't need the debris catapult or the high energy beam. The cool thing on my current ship is that I have these weapons, but part of my ship's system, this thing, allows it so that when I hit my own ships, they actually get a DPS increase and don't take damage. So that's pretty nice. And they have, like, a rocket versus a hierarchy of games, like frigate, fighter, drone, but then they also have specialty ships as well, so I'll show you some of those soon. I think I've got everything I can get. I wish I could get more fuel. I'm not too keen on that. Let's get 12 commandos. I somehow end up with extras there. I didn't mean to do that. It was like a triple click. Systems clear. Star map. Alright, here we go. This weird little, like, Delta U symbol is what's called an Omniforge, and then the final sector at the end is my boss sector. So this is really, like, a nice situation. So you can dump all of your fuel -1 to upgrade your ships, and then hop onto the boss, as long as you leave yourself 1 fuel to get there. Looking for good tech? I got all kinds of good tech. I'll literally procure, of course. And what are the chances that it actually works? Good, real good. 75% good. Okay, so here's the benefit. Any weapon you pick up could potentially... I don't even know what upgrades my ship needs right now. Squadron dock recovery, fuel scavenging... Ground destroy. I don't even need any of these things. It's not worth it. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but I haven't been able to figure out how. But if you buy a weapon, it sells for like 25, so it's generally great to grab one from her if you can, as long as you get a weapon. It's not a great weapon. Alright. Oh man, I'm literally going to be able to upgrade like 2 ships with the Omniforge, unless I get some fuel. Greetings, Admiral. We are pilots temporarily camped on this wasteland planetoid looking for a noble Imperial cause to join. From the looks of your ship, we see that you are one of us. We know nothing of your intentions. Sorry, I've done this one before, so it's... My aim is to reactivate the Omnis. Omnis are... Oh, man. If I had to choose between one of them right now, I would choose PlayStation 5, personally, because I like the hardware and I like the exclusives, but I do think that Xbox is going to be coming a lot stronger. Like, I think their current model is going to be a lot... more impressive in their previous steps, because they're really taking that initiative to be more invested into like the console war as a whole, and I think like game service as a whole. But I mean, Sony's been doing it for so long, their hardware is good, and like between like if they have like for their next console, if they've got like Ghost of Tsushima exclusives, if they've got like whatever the Uncharted's going to be, if they've got like their Bloodborne equivalency or whatever, like as long as they stick to their model of having really compelling exclusives, I think they'll win out. I mean, the way things are going with RDR2, and I can't speak to this for sure, but like, if Rockstar cares at all about that community, either they're gonna have to make that game way better, because if they don't, we're both not gonna be playing it, so it won't be that sad that we can't play together. And then on top of that, like, if they don't combine their communities, it's gonna be a dead game, because so many people have fallen off. Like, we're at like 6-7 months without anything, and all the content they're putting into it is for new players. It's so maddening. It makes me crazy. I could just angrily rant about Red Dead forever. Perfect. You have chosen poorly. Brutal. I should have said something else. Yeah, they totally need an update. I rushed that one. I think if I tell them I'm just trying to help people in the universe around, they end up joining. I think because I said I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit this red. They're like, no thanks. Super annoying. That did not go the way that I planned. If I have to only choose one thing to upgrade, let's make it a longbow, man. Everything else we've got, like level 2, level 3s. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. So I only have one fuel left to make my hop. So this is where we separate the clone Idahos from the real Idahos. So I have one hop left to get to the boss, hence this skull here, but I also have 249 scrap. So if I die, I lose all that anyway. So the smartest thing I can do is try to invest that in a way that will benefit me the most. So I can't get my squadron docks like I want to, which is sad. I don't need an additional officer in the weapons support bay. I really need one in the squad support bay, but I can't do that. I don't care about the scanner. I don't care about the stress beacon, so I'm left looking at these. Additional hull structures seems like the best bet to get the most armor for it for the price. Boom. With 99 left, I can get a hardened hull, so they go up to 170. Like, that's gross. Like, I just made myself a whole echelon higher for resistance for this next boss fight. Now, going into it, I'm going to open up with just some drones off the hop and a fighter, just to kind of see what we're dealing with. I'll recalibrate his unit, and I've got my weapons. I wish I could have used more fuel, but I'm trying to get out of the sector, so here we go. The nice thing about this boss battle, too, is if you survive it, you get a huge chunk of change, and you start off in the next sector at a ship shop, but if you die, you lose it all, so... An Imperial ship, sir. You were once my idol, Admiral. I had a poster of you in my bedroom wall. It was the first thing I saw in the morning and the last thing before bed. I don't like the insinuation of that. How could you betray him? How could you betray us? We loved you. Don't attack, Commander. Do you really want to fight a brother? I have no choice, Admiral. These guys are so ready for war all the time, right? So we're going fighters off the hop, so I'm actually going to go frigate on frigate. So this is the space combat I was talking about, if you're still with me now. So you can see it's kind of like cells. These are both the same thing, right? Does the longbow just do... We'll try the cruiser. Actually, no, I want to get... So, it doesn't look like he's got anything funky or crazy going on. He's got regen on undamaged squads when I hit him. He's got 2 plates, but I'm looking at huge plates. He's running fighters and drones, nothing too fancy. And he's got a shield weapon, so I'm not even really impressed overall. Oh no, teleporting guy screwed me. Alright, so I'm going to take my fighters and get them on the drones. Send my frigates to the other fighters. Kind of in the middle, that's perfect. They're going to go for the hull, they're going to go for these guys, they're going to go for those guys. If my dudes survive long enough to use a gun, that's all that really matters to me. I'm not keen on how this fight is currently turning against me. I need to send my fighters back. 3.8 seconds. Might be enough. I think I'll be able to nuke. Alright, perfect. Get my fighters in on them. I'm just gonna have them attack the hull. I'm actually gonna pull this frigate back and we'll see what he opens up with. Looks like he's got my drones coming my way. Too slow! Old man, you're so bad. Because they can't be hurt by anything lateral, and I get one more fighter out there. It appears to me that my ship is still taking damage, but I guess that was just on the shield. Let's pull those fighters back and have those ones go on the drones if we can, and have those drones fight those drones. That was shit, they did not go my way at all. Because you're going to be dead before you get the anyways. Fighters back on their hull. 2 seconds until we go. Got my nuke up so whatever they spawn is going down. And I'll put my drones up there on the field as well. Just put on their weapons. Well, actually put them on their squads. And I'm going to have my nuke ready to go off shortly. Ships are blowing up. I'm going to pull my drones back over here. Some good old-fashioned cheese. Looks like they're coming in on drones, so I'm going to try to put my fighters there, buy some time. There, that should hopefully make a deal of difference. My fighters are on them. I'm going to go here. I wish that you would attack these guys, but it's your prerogative. I'll try to send this back and send these rounds over here. I guess they blew it up. I guess it's gone already. It's like assholes. Another frigate. Okay, perfect. Man, their ships have just got to be really strong. They're against DPS and speed. That's what's hurting me so badly in this one. Big nuke off again in 5 seconds. Nuke. This fight is going to be on my way. I'm actually glad that worked out with nicely. I'll have him go on the frigate. These guys can attack that ship with snipers down. And get some more fighters on the field. And then repair a lot of these ships in the next sector as well, which should be good. A lot of damage to my ships with big cash payouts, so not too bad, not too bad. Sector 3. Not too shabs, not too shabs. Worthy of a top up and perhaps even a cinematic. Alright, be right back with my drink. Oh, alright. So, our top priorities would be remaining upgrades. I think that ship upgrade that I talked about because we're in the final sector. So, boom. There's 4 ships. That's pretty disgusting at this point. And then I'm going to need a ton of fuel. Alright. I have a lot of ships to repair. I have mixed feelings about my longbows. I don't particularly feel like they did a great job for me that game, but we'll figure it out. I can live with this. I can live with this. I'll take one more commando, and we will adventure onwards. I have 4 fuel, 2 scrap, 14 commandos. And my ships are not in the best shape, but we'll do what we can. Actually, I feel like if I run fighters and longbows, that could be pretty dirty. I don't have a lot of faith in an Omniforge strat. My ship's already pretty badass as it stands, so let's try to maximize our route here a little bit. I see 2, 3, 4. I could do a 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4, 4, 3, 5, 3. I like that one off the top. And there's a station on Zeta. Yeah, okay. Let's do 4, 4. Maybe 4, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3. 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, you know? Whoop. Unidentified ship, sir. It couldn't be. You survived? Somehow I should have known. Sortilege. Who is this? A survivor, perhaps? Yep, survivalist. The achievement just popped up. I thought as much. You don't recognize us, Admiral? It's true that we're not petrified. Maybe that's why. We're the survivalists. But I thought that we were dead. Well, you did kill 99.9% of us. That's true. But unfortunately for you, not us. We've been searching for the Earth folder. We've been searching for the Earth folder. Our prophecies tell us that it's here. I never thought in a million years we had a chance to kill you, too. Bro, do you think maybe that if your perception is that I destroyed all of you and died in that destruction and I'm still alive, maybe things aren't quite the way you perceive? No, we're just battling? Okay. Well, glad. Good talk. Just like Thanksgiving at my parents' place. We're just getting straight into fighting. There's no point in talking about anything else. Yeah, he's going to use that on my ship, so... Alright, it is what it is. I'm going to just use my bombs to blow up the turrets when the time comes. Alright, let's get our fighters to run defensive perimeter of our longbows, and let's get our longbows in good positioning for the fight ahead. I hate that. Alright, let's send these guys in to attack that ship, and we'll keep these guys here to just power up. I hate that too. What do we got? What's the respawn? 19 seconds on them? But I do have bombs, but yeah, let's not play silly games. Let's also clear the battlefield. Oh, double hit? Oh, I love it. Thank you. Scum. The lowest common denominator is scum. And they're stealing scrap from me. Do you believe these fucking guys? Do you believe this? And my ship's just forgetting to do anything, which is just so bad. It's so classic. I hate longbows. I'm so done with longbows. They got drones and the ship coming out. Alright, I don't want to forget. So I'll just put more fighters and more of my own drones out there. Fine. Whatever, dude. Whatever. 28 seconds to more reinforcements. These guys just wails on my hull. Okay, alright. You're gonna go kill those drone shredders. You're going for those fighters. You're also going for those fighters. You're going for this ship. I'm not fucking around. Pure attack, pure aggressive. 24 seconds left. I don't even care. Full-blown assault now. Why did everyone stop? Why did everyone stop? So obnoxious. Let's get one longbow on defense just for the cheese that's coming our way, and we'll see what happens. This should be game over, but we'll see. They should also put the damage boost right on the base. Yeah, big damage, big damage, big damage. We put that in there. Perfect. Put an end to us, I beg you. May our deaths deliver us to Earth. Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming out, dude. It's been so dead and heartless, and I'm always kind of warring between Twitch and YouTube. It's just nice to meet people and do the same thing. I appreciate you subbing. You've done literally above and beyond. I'm not going to beg you for anything else, and if it's cool, like it. If it's not cool, you know, tell me and I'll work on it and improve it. I don't want to end your ship. You want to torture us instead, is that it? I hold no ill will towards you. I did not bomb Ganima, and for this we are now hunted in our home. Then if it wasn't you who destroyed Ganima, I believe it was my second in command, Okonkwo, who vitrified your people. Admiral Okonkwo. We've been fleeing from his ships for years. Ask more about planet Earth. This is not the first time I've heard of Earth. What can you tell me about it? Dude, I appreciate it, Gabriel. Like, literally, when I'm gonna be finishing this chapter, taking another 2-minute break, and then going into the next chapter. So if you ride with me, I should be potentially beating this game within the next couple hours, and if not, I'm still gonna shout you out when I'm done today, because I appreciate you stopping by. So truly from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you. And also, like, you're the first, I guess, first stranger, I guess, first new person that I met kind of through streaming. Like, the YouTube channel's been cool for meeting new people, but, like, you're the only person who's popped in today, so I really appreciate that. You've been good for my morale, so thank you no matter what you decide to do. Thank you for everything you have decided to do as well. Oberon forbade his people from talking about it, but our kind never did, and so we know Earth exists somewhere. A planet free of the machines where man and woman can live as they should. Polluted now. So polluted. We've been searching in this cluster for its folder for 20 years, ever since the fleet destroyed our home. Oberon would have wanted to keep such a folder close to him. We know it. A folder to Earth? You believe it was once part of the Empire? Hey man, dude, thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. You have a good day. A folder to Earth? You believe it was once part of the Empire? We don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But there are legends that such a folder exists. But let me ask you something. Don't you think it's strange we know so little about what existed before the Empire, that we never even talk about it? You have other questions, I can see. Ask how they escaped from Ganima. How did you survive the bombs? We weren't there. Our ship was searching for allies at the time, of which we found none. When the Makers of Darkness went off, when we returned, there was nothing left of our home. Nothing but glass. Since then, we've been living on this ship, constantly on the move. These stars are violent enough as it is, but when everyone assumes you're the one who shut down the machines, it's doubly violent. And did you? Did you shut them down? No, you can believe me. Defeated as we are now, there's no reason for us to lie. There were plans among our kind to do so, certainly, even attempts, but Oberon was always one step ahead. Living as we have, always on the run with no one to trust, what lonely lives we've led. Can't wait till, like, the big reveal is going to be, like, you are Oberon. Like, you're going to be the other one, and it's like, he's never had an immortality machine. He's always had to sacrifice himself and come all the way across the galaxy and kind of await his own clone after going through everything. Maybe not, but that would be so, like, cyclically cool in the gamer's journey to know that you could always replay it because you'd just be replacing a new Oberon kind of thing. I don't know. It's cool shit. Living as we have, always on the run with no one to trust, what lonely lives we've led. And probably, sinfully, our numbers have grown. May the gods of Earth forgive us. You have other questions I can see. Why the survivalists don't want to live with the Omnis? In the beginning, we welcomed them. People always forget that. But then the Empire started to use them for more and more purposes. They were increasingly incorporated into our lives. They took over our jobs. See, this is like the dystopian version of what I'm always afraid of. If we managed to get, like, machinery and AI under control, and it was just like, let's just make human renaissance. And then it was like, yeah, but what if we controlled the renaissance? You know, like, what if it wasn't just everyone being better and happier and better well off, assisted by machines that didn't mind toiling for us? Like, what if we only... I mean, that's what this is literally about, right? And there was never any hesitation to do so, never any discussion regarding negative consequences or moral concerns or implications. Soon we felt that not only were we losing our jobs to the machines, but as we became increasingly dependent on them, our very selves as well. We lost sight of what it was to be human. You have other questions I can see, right? And this desire to eschew yourself from all this technology, the idea that the human race could be little more than the seedling of some ancient failure of an actual race. Your ship, can its damage be repaired? I'm afraid not. The damage is too severe, so we ask that you finish us. Finish you? Don't overreact. We can transport you safely someplace else. Without a ship of our own, we don't stand a chance. As soon as we are found, we'll be finished. Besides, we now believe the Earth folder can only be accessed via the Eternal Realm, and one needs death to access it. Like the Omnis, like the Church. Must be strange for you, Admiral. The people that you were thought to have killed now asking you to end them? But it is what we want. It is the only thing that will bring us happiness. I can't do what you ask of me. It is murder. This is a murder, Admiral. This is kindness. I didn't do it the first time, and I'm not going to do it the next time. I can't have the blood of your people on my hands, even if you ask for it. Nor do I believe death will transport you to Earth. Even if it doesn't, could perpetual darkness be worse than this? We shall take our own lives then by drinking a neon-based poison. So long, Admiral, and we meet on Earth one day. Dark. Dark. I didn't see a ship here or station here. Might be hurting if I don't get more fuel. Imperial battleship, sir. Low damaged. Fellow Imperial battleship. Who am I speaking with? This is Admiral Ellis Idaho, the no shit Odysseus. Yeah, and I'm Pope Xenon. Pope Xenon's dead, so you're just as full of shit as I am. Anyway, I'm glad I bumped into another Imperial. Just about all of my crew has abandoned the ship, and well, I'm about to do the same. What's the point of going on fighting when no one's going to turn the Omnis back on? We might as well enjoy the little time we have left. But look, we got some scraps still left on the ship. More than I can take with me. It's yours if you want it. So long, Admiral Ellis Idaho. Cool. Great to pay for the fuel that I'm not going to do. Alright, I'll have 2 fuel left, so I can make one more hop to the next zone, drain that fuel cube, and then hopefully make it to the station and buy some fuel. An Imperial ship, what a relief. I thought we might be at the church. The zealots really freaked me out. You have to help us, Admiral. We're down to our last few functioning auto farms. Soon our food will run out and starve. How can I help? I have a scientist. Sorry, bud. Literally, like, I can't give you that fuel. I'll be trapped in this system. And, like, your hardship is that you're on a planet where it's hard to survive. Like, I'm gonna be floating in space where I'm definitely gonna get killed. The distress signal is a trap. I'll try to contact the planet. See, I hate this. If I know about it, it should just be a fight. Like, I already know it's a fight, so this should convert from being an ambush into actually being, like, a fair fight, but it's fine. Absolutely. Cool. Why did I blow up my own ship? Yeah, is it just my fighters, battleships, and allied units are an allied unit is hit by an allied direct damage weapon? Are these not direct damage? These are direct damage. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Did he pull them back in? Did I just see that shit? And again, that's my own unit being destroyed. I'm kamikazing my own shit for some reason. Actually, let's have you move out of that construction. That's gonna be bad news momentarily. Just stop there and shoot him. Why? What's so stupid? Why would you fucking make me work that hard? I don't know who's commanding the cruiser, but this guy's dumb and I don't like it. Okay. Silly stuff. Silly, silly stuff. 2 fuel left. There's no stations anywhere, but there's an abandoned auto factory there, so I can get some fuel, hopefully, on that mission. So here's the one. Shape. I don't know if you're lucky just to make a hop somewhere. It'll be enough, we'll see. Maybe they'll offer me some fuel and stuff. Let's see. Alright, so all my weapons are loaded. Shouldn't have unpaused there. That was careless on my part. I got frigates and drones, so I'm going to go mostly fighters. And I'll put out the nano drones and another fighter, because why not? Also, go ahead and do that and that. It's so gross. Frigates, actually. Let's have the parasite on the frigates. Let's have the fighter there. Let's have this fighter over there. Let's have this fighter. Reinforcements in 29 seconds. You guys to get on those frigates. There's some more shredder drones coming on that way. Wow. Surprised at the damage they're doing. So the reinforcements are in 12 seconds. So let's get this and this out. Put the nuke up on his next wave of inbound guys so we can save that. Get some frigates out to buy time. Maybe a drone or a fighter for the next one. Frigates buying time. Alright, let's get a fighter out. Fighters in 4 seconds till reinforcements. All I have to do is hold out and see what happens. Alright, there's the reinforcements. That's the shot that I want. Let's do this one. Yeah, that was great. Drones are going to go for the frigates, even though they're going to get stunned. These frigates are going to go for the fighters. And I'm going to let the longbows shoot if they get close. Yep. Long go in. I'll replace them with fighters momentarily. Put the drones to their hull. Get this freight over here. Let's get a fighter out next. So you get there, and you get there. Just do that real quick too, just because fuck those stun things. Let's try this nuclear blast. I'll get it into our own guys. That's pretty good. And you can right through there. I was going to stand damage. I'll take 2 on the mainstay. That's doing damage to the hull. Let's get on those shredders. Let's get on the hull and let's see what happens. Hey, Sister Calypso. Ooh, from the church. Oh, is this the 3rd boss? No, this is the 2nd boss of the... This is nothing. This is nothing special. I'm just randomly, I think, in the 3rd world. She has no legs. I have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I don't care. I don't have an issue with that. I just think sometimes people might be closed-minded about that sort of thing. I'm not one of those peoples. Peoples. So they're all ship and they're all hull. Well, you might as well go up there for now. The mutant... What a couple. What a power couple. Calypso and Joe Dredd, man. Love it. Alright. Let's see what this mission entails for us. See if Calypso wants to prove herself to me. She looks like she's not great for resources, but she's good for people surviving. So we'll give it a shot, I guess. I like more resources from Joe, but I don't want to lose the commandos. We'll give her a shot. She's new, why not? I need fuel, so maybe I should have said Joe, I don't know. Right, like what did I get there? Scrap, no fuel, no nothing? That wasn't great. That was mostly just money with my troops getting wounded. Like, not bad, but it didn't accomplish a whole lot. And I'm down to 1 fuel left, so... I'll go with... I have to go with, like... Zeta Furious, because there's a shipyard. And I'll be able to buy my fuel. But I'm sad that I won't be able to do... Because if I go to here, even if there's a fuel node, it's likely not going to give me 4 or 5. And I'll be trapped in that system and have to do a battle. So I think it's smarter to play with fuel in mind. So I'm going to go to Zeta Furious. Against my will. Well, if I only get 1, I guess we're going to the fuel station so I can buy more. Jesus. Start abandoned scrapper ship. Easy scrap for the taking. Having high levels of radiation. High scrapper. If we want to gather all the scrap, we need a specialist officer skilled in decontamination. 4 specialists and none of you can do a goddamn thing. It cost me $200 to buy all of your fuel. I don't need all of it though. Alright, longbow upgrade, fuel. One repair left, so I could potentially sell one more wounded thing. So I like the parasite. I like that drone. I wouldn't sell anything else. That's good. Mark 4 longbow. Mark 1 frigate. Mark 1 frigate. Cool. Plenty of fuel to keep operating the system. If they go quick, cool. If I have to go, I'll just pull out, but I think it screws me over anyways. Fuck it. I like the 50-50, but we're just not gonna roll the dice. I don't even lose commandos. Should have stayed though, could have been a fight. That's basically for Imperial ship. I do not recognize your ship. Must be a decoy meant to lower my defenses. You guys prepared for battle. Oh man, who's training these guys? I guess it's a shitty system. I guess they've just been dealing with harsh realities of the system. So it's predominantly fighters. So do I have, what else can I put out there? This and my other frigate. Or my frigate's split already. So let's go high tier fighters then. Frigates, drones. Okay, I guess I'll keep those in defense. I'll have them go that way. And I think we're just doing okay. My next beam go off soon. Ah, 39 scrap is nice, but not nice enough, I'm sorry. I mean, you're an Imperial ship and I should acknowledge the surrender, but there's been so many points where the surrender hasn't been shipped for me, so I'm just not into it. I also just can't abide a commander that would idly attack without finding out. If you would communicate with me, I'd think you were a good commander, but you're unfit to lead. Then it's also like, I'm gonna, blow up a whole battleship of people that I'm supposed to have an allegiance to or fondness for if they're actually Imperials. But I mean, how could they be Imperials if they've been idly going along with ransacking the galaxy and holding it hostage? Tough situation. Don't make the same mistake your friend did. What a nut job. Alright, frigate, drone fighter. So the longbow is good. The frigate is good for the... Actually, I'm going to want fighters. And I'll take another drone too. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And that should be pretty much good for everything as it stands. So let's see how it goes. Cruiser, get into position there. Ships, you defend that side. You defend that side. You defend this one. I guess something just got blown up. I guess these are destroyed or something. Because it looks like I got all 3 units somewhere doing what they need to do. It doesn't seem like I actually have the units deployed that I thought I would. Let's hit a low nuke right here, and let's also hit this extra H. Woo! Big bombs. Okay, these drones are alive. Alright, perfect. So going on those fighters, because they're being drones. Actually, one interference. You guys, I need you to get over here if you can. Get a fighter really as quick as possible before this shit gets too hairy. You get here. Get down here. Drones. You're shooting the big guys. Alright, you can go for these dudes then, since you're being a pain in my proverbial we can go fighter on fighter. Go back to their hull. I don't need the X shot at all. Again, this idea that I'm going to accept surrender from someone who wouldn't let me go in the first place. Like, 45 scrap. Like, it's nice. The disparity is low enough, but I also feel like my win is inevitable and I don't need more soldiers. So if they're offering me fuel, I would have taken it. On the hull, on the weapons, let's go. I wonder how many times in this game I've blown up my own ships by mistake, thinking that I understood what was happening and I didn't. could theoretically go to Yildiz and Edison and Zeta. And I'd have to take a fight at Edison, and that could suck pretty badly, but I'd be able to use my fuel to upgrade my ships. But I feel like I'm probably going to win anyways. It is a tough call. I wouldn't mind going to that station just to spend some more money. And then I could also get an extra 2 hops in. So I'm definitely going to go to Yildiz either way. So we'll see if I feel like taking the fuel. So we'll see what my fuel is like. It's only 1 for the exit, 1 for Edison. With the other hops as well, I might not even have that much fuel anyways. Cool. Yeah, the Force Specialist probably won't be able to do shit, but we'll see. Boom! What does she do? Cool down, if I regen all its squadrons and deploy them for 10 seconds. I mean, it's great. It's super great. I just, you know, no need for all these specialists on a ship with like no slots for them. I've never had so many staff on a ship before. Maybe that make me kick someone out? Okay. Who would I... So Sai has weapons, and this guy doesn't. So I would likely get rid of Costas just by that general definition. I'm sorry, Costas, you've been helpful, and you had scientific benefits, but as it stands, I have no more use for you. Cooldown, charge. Only charge when an allied squadron is present at least 3 cells away from the enemy weapon-based system. Weapon sabotage, only charge. Weapon sabotage cooldown. Reset the cooldown of the weapon abilities. I think these are things that I hopefully... So these apply to my weapons, I think? No, I fucked up. I grabbed the wrong guy. Well, no, I didn't even have a choice in picking him, but it doesn't matter. I just realized now that he's also a fucking ship guy, and he's not what I needed, so it's kind of not great, but maybe I'll sell some of these people for some money and some fuel, and then I'll try to take that fight. Yeah, I don't see a point in this as well. I don't want those. I don't want any crew. You get no one I can heal. Nobody I want to heal. I don't care about that. Whatever. Upgrades to my ship. I can get 5 points to every hull. Or I can hold out and get another bar when I get to 250, so I might as well do that. The heat capacitors and everything else. Alright. Yeah, with the upgrades I have, we're gonna do it. But then I won't hit another shop. But with the money that I have, I don't know that it matters, but I could do the about auto factory one more in the shop. I think I'd like the upgrades. So let's do this, we'll take the fight, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, with the fuel that I have, it's still better to go for upgrades. This is the final battle anyways, the shop's not gonna give a shit. Oh, the Imperial forces have found us, sir. We were told you'd be here, Idaho. Traitors like you deserve the worst of deaths. We tend to give you. You won't surrender though. This is full-on battle. You only have 2 hulls, so that's not too bad. Drones all day. Weird that I have that, but okay, yeah, let's put that out there. We'll cover that with the longbow. And then I'll have my parasites and my high-end fighters. Longbow back, and I'll just get support from my guys. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I can or not. Can I? Okay, good, I can. Let's get the longbow to here. We'll get some more fighters out. This cruiser will give him rear support. And then you go to here. The cruiser's going to go to here, and we'll get one more drone to buy us time. I want you here. Here, and my big X-split moving their drone spawn. I hate that they resisted it, but that's okay. I'm going to put the big new shot up here right now. You're going that way, you're going that way. Do I have some fighters or some drones that are coming in anyway? Get the big guy to target their weapons. Let's do this real quick. Drones on the frigates. That should work out pretty well. Let's get those drones right here. They'll take damage. That one's going to do some damage. I should have another fighter soon. I have no weapons to shoot. Alright. That's over in 2 seconds. Those guys probably won't even last long if they do too much damage to my hull in comparison to that one. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get my fighters here to spawn on them and make it deal the difference. And these drones will run interference for that one. Oh, okay, we need to get you out of here prime time. They're shooting them down here. Annoying but manageable. Exactly what I need to do. You're gonna get up here just in time. Thank you. Fighters, get in there and destroy the ship. Drones, get in there and destroy the hull. Longbow, get in there and cover the place. And I'll send in another fighter to offer some additional support, but I think these guys are doing pretty good. One fuel, and now I can hop at least. I don't think I can do anything in the local area, unfortunately, but I can make it to the Omniforge, so I'm pretty sure of that. So we'll see how many systems there are in the Omniforge zone. Sure, man, go ahead, just take my fucking scrap. It's not like we're trying to fucking save the galaxy. You want to mourn for a bunch of fucking clones. Six and 5, so we should be able to upgrade 2 or 3 ships depending on if we get any more fuel. should have a pilot. Like, I don't know, man. There we go. You asking me to replace someone else? I think I sold someone anyway, so maybe not. Maybe I won't have to. Yeah, perfect. What are you? Just always ship bullshit. Alright, so we have 6 fuels, so we can make like 5 upgrades. I'm not gonna upgrade the Juggernaut, that seems stupid. I think the best thing we could do would be to upgrade our little stuff right off the hop, so the frigate for sure. And then if I have enough for one more upgrade, it wouldn't be those. It's gonna be the cruiser or the parasite. I think the parasite because it's been more valuable. Alright. We're gonna close this. That's the maximum we can do for our remaining upgrades. Actually, I think we're on the boss hop now. Yeah, so we might as well use our cash for our remaining upgrades, which includes... so I didn't get extra plates, which I should have. That's kind of a shame. But I get 5 on every hull. 3 off support and docks hull. I don't care about that. Heat capacity, 90 points. I don't care about that either. I think I'd rather take that. It's just going to work out to approximately like 25 extra points. Alright, and I don't care about this really. I don't think any of my guys are like weapons way boosters. Yeah, so it doesn't even fucking matter. I don't care about ground distress beacons, and I don't care about my navigation scanner. Alright. We're gonna open up. Well, we'll see. We'll see what he's opening up with. I see no point in worrying about anything else. It's time to go. So the end of this next chapter, we'll now meet Blanco, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe one of his commanders. Oh, Conquo, so you've made it this far, clone. I have to hand it to you. I never thought you would. So Conquo with his Legion of Imperial Soldiers line and looking downright diabolical. Why'd you do it, Conquo? Do what? Bomb Ganima. Why did the original Idaho not? The survivalists were a threat to the Empire. You were ordered to eliminate them. Someone else didn't. I did. That's all there is to it. All they wanted was to be free of the armies and live on their own. Is that really such a crime? In our empire, yes. You know, maybe he was a survivalist himself. That would explain why he disobeyed over there. He wasn't a survivalist. How do you know? You don't have his memories. At least not all of them. In his final days, I didn't know who he was either, and I was his best friend. But I've talked to you long enough. It's time to destroy this ship of yours. Take your machine, find Gehenna, and end this freak show once and for all. Go on then, but you'll have to do it. You, not one of your men and women. You'll have to see it to yourself. See to it yourself. I doubt you can. Clone, I'll show you exactly what I can do. Lose to you in an epic battle, right now, and here. Alright, so before this gets underway, let's see what the fuck this shit is doing. Golden Veil. Every 80 seconds, all enemy units in the battlefield become immune to damage for 10 seconds. That is shit. Never allied single target weapon hits. Okay, that's fine. He's rolling out with freighter, drone, fighter. He's got some mean-looking guns. Repair bot injector. I'm not crazy about that. Alright, so I want to get anti-freighter. I want to get anti-freighter. I want anti-fighter. Which would be... You know what? Yeah, let's get my fucking big cruiser in there. And then let's put another fighter. And when one of these gets wiped out quick, we're pulling in the big bad boy. I'm gonna pull up one of his hulls early because I don't want to prolong this process. Drones to here, drones to here, you to here, you to here. Are you really gonna try to bypass me? It just seems so careless on your part. Like, I don't even know why you attempt to do that. Alright, 7 seconds till the respawn on 1. Let's have these fighters reload back to the base, and you can move there. Actually, let's take those fighters and move this engagement right there. And I'll have you just stop right here. Alright, my weapon is ready on the X-split. I'm going to just get in on him ASAP. If I try the Juggernaut? Yeah, go for it. You know what? Yeah, we'll make that my priority. Will be defending the Juggernaut, like everything else. Drones are going to go for their drones so they don't sweep in. Actually, let's have my drones go for the frigates. We'll have my fighters go for his drones. And I don't know if anything else is spotting in, but that's alright because he's shooting those. He's doing that. We'll go for those guys. Let's have you guys fall back at all if you're drawn into that conflict. Okay. Doing decent. They're on my ship, which I don't like, so we're gonna go with the frigate and the frigate. Let's get the longbow to move here, and then hopefully I can do some combat. Move the longbow there. Fuck me. Okay, so the good news is that I'll probably get this guy in on their ship and blow one of their plates. The bad news is I'm likely to lose some stuff here. Do we want to do this? How do I want to play this out? Yeah, I may as well. They're likely to blow that plate pretty quick. We'll see. I should have been respawning stuff ASAP. That was stupid of me. Especially because they're going to blow my plate momentarily. Attack him, you might have a chance. That one's blowing him up right now. That's still doing his thing, but I think he's going to pop his blade right now, which sucks for me. That invulnerability right now in Golden Veil. Alright, I might as well have you get down here and do some damage as well, and I'll get another frigate on him if I can. Alright, I'm going to need drones or fighters on the rear of that really quickly. I'm going to have you two move there. Time. We're going for them. We got other fighters in the mix. They're going to be shooting before it matters. Perfect. You go for them. You go for here. You can stay right there. I don't know why you would move, but it's okay. Yeah, I also hate that you still want to do your job, but that's fine. I'm going to send this big guy back. Big damage. Doing damage to the ship. I got shit respawning, but it's going to take a little while. Those drones are coming quickly. They popped one of my plates. He's down to his last plate momentarily. I got 3 seconds to respawn. They're coming in quick. It's going to be good here. Probably fighters. 2 more seconds. Probably some of my own bombs when I can. Let's put some drones here, and then maybe I'll put a longbow to the right so I can actually have a chance to like do some ranged shots. Oh boy. Okay, it's alright. This is why it's okay. I'll show you right now. Damage on that one. 1 second. What do we got here? Drones. Fighters rip drones momentarily. I just need something, anything. I don't want to waste the big guy yet. If I'm going to use him, it's going to be on full armor, so we'll just wait. I just really hoping this guy wasn't going to just do this much damage to all my repairs, but alright, let's do that. Okay, we bought ourselves some time while everything's repairing. My squadron just overheated because of the damage I was taking. Lost special ability incoming, that's alright. I don't particularly care about that altogether. Can I spawn anything yet? Okay, good. Let's prepare for the impact of the bullshit that's potentially coming my way. What up, girl? Nice, I'm excited. I am in a complex battle, but when this is done, we should be able to figure out whatever you want to do. Good damage, more nukes on the way, spawning inbound. You here and here. Actually, you know what? Have them engage where they are. That'll buy me time. Get them engaged there. And you go for the hull. Actually, yeah, I guess you can do that. That's fine. There's no way they're going. You guys should be in decent enough shape to go for that. That's okay, even if they pop my hull. And then get some more drones out. Actually, you know what? No, here's where masterful strategy comes into play right now. And we've got more dudes out in 13. Let's do this so we can actually have some good fighters out there. Nice. Because pretty soon this won't matter. Because he's going to blow that up shortly. So let's get one frigate and a high tier fighter out. And as soon as he blows that shield, we'll be laughing. There's the pop. That's what I wanted. And I'll you guys here. 1 second on spawn. There's that one. Get the X-strike right there. Here's the issue I'm currently facing. I need to get these guys in the mix of this fight so as to protect my big one. Okay, the fighting is going alright. I think I'm losing a lot of these, but the question would be if they can focus fire enough. Now I'm going to have some big meanies coming in this way, so I'm going to get my longbow ready, but I think they're still going to have to focus fire. However, I think it'll be too slow, and I'm pretty pleased about that. They're going to come and try to ambush my stuff. So now I think the AI is like trying to do threat assessment between the Juggernaut, which is going to destroy them and potentially win me the game, versus my longbow, which is wounded and right for the victory. Get my drones out to defend it real quick, just because I don't think anyone's going to touch it. Let's get this X-strike going. To do some damage. They're fighting each other. That should have blown that one up. They're down to their last plate. This is good. Let's go ahead and put that there. I'm going to save the nuke. That's damage on them. I'm going to send these drones to the hull. I'm going to send these drones to them. Yeah. And I'm going to get a good class fighter out. And I'm going to pull back my longbow because it shouldn't matter. And the Dale is active now. That's not great for me. That's okay. I'm going to pull them back to guard ship. And I will put out... I don't want to put out a cruiser. I'll put out... I guess I don't have a choice. We'll just see what happens. But I'll have my drones try to pull back if they can. I don't know if I'll get it over time. Alright. My vulnerability wearing off shortly. I got a lot of meanies coming my way though. Let's put the frigates there, and I'm going to try my longbow over here. Hopefully that'll buy me some time. Yep. Alright, so now I'm going to get these out in front of the longbow ASAP while I try to get some big damage off on these guys here. Wasn't too bad. Alright, and there's a chance to run some interference so I can get my fighters in there. That should hopefully buy me some time. gonna try to take another plate off me, I'm gonna make you work so goddamn hard for it, especially with this cheesy invulnerability nonsense you keep hitting me with. Let's get some more drones. Actually, let's get the other cruiser out, because I need to do damage, so let's go. Alright, cruiser getting a position here, frigate in position, ship go here, you go here, nuke we're gonna have detonating here. That was a great nuke. Alright. It is what it is. You're gonna hold that position, you're gonna hold that position, you're gonna deal with these guys. Perfect. We're taking the fight all the way to them right now. Alright, so they're both destroyed. I'm gonna want big time reinforcements, but I can't afford to wait, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to go to this position. Let's see what we can do. I want these guys covering each other if they can. And I want fast drone response ASAP. Also, I keep forgetting this is the final battle, so it's like it's not a big deal if my ship gets blown up along the way. Finish me, clone. What are you waiting for? Ask a Quan Ko about Rebecca. Ask her about Oberon. Ask her about the Omnis. This is like I had to establish my priorities, but I'm just gonna go in order. Where is she, Quan Ko? What happened to Rebecca? She's on Lazarus 9. Lazarus 9, an Imperial cryo planet in the Terminus cluster. Oberon cryoed her as part of Ellis' punishment. But what did she do? She married the original you. That was her crime. And does she still live? I do not know. The folders. Without a machine, I cannot visit her. You loved her, didn't you? Yes, ever since we were kids, and I thought for a time that she loved me too. She was unhappy. Ellis was never there for her when she needed him, yet she continued to love him through it all. Did he not think refusing his orders might hurt her? How could he be so selfish? Like the tale of a man too committed to love to protect himself and the ones that mattered most. I did not know what he was thinking. No, of course not, you're just a clone. That was why I wanted to kill you, clone. For what Idaho did to her, it was never anything personal. Finish me, clone, what are you waiting for? Ask Quan Ko about Oberon. Where's the old man? You'll find him soon enough. He waits for you in the machine at his palace in Elysium. All day, every day, he sits in the throne waiting for the prodigal admiral to return. But you won't recognize him when you get there. So much has he changed. What are you talking about? He is dying. Impossible. He has immortality tech. He refuses to use it. Some sort of self-inflicted punishment. Oberon's become pathetic, useless. I'm on my own now. I'm the Emperor, and I feel so incapable of the task. So it's true. Oberon never ordered my death, did he? Oberon order your death, clone? He ordered me to escort you safely back to the palace if I ever found you. He told me all about Gehenna and the Project Pericles. Project Pericles? That's what he called this carnival of yours. I was told the future of human mankind depended on it. Depended on you. He always did prefer Idaho, no matter what I did. Even after he executed the original, he still loved him more than me. Unloved son, man. I understand more than you think, especially as a clone. Unloved by the universe, no god. But not even his clone can fix this. You're too late. We're beyond all hope now. The end is almost here. Finish me, clone. What are you waiting for? Ask if he shut down the Omnis. It was you who shut down the Omnis, wasn't it? You were angry that Oberon still preferred Idaho even after his execution. You vowed to make him pay. No, that's not it either. No, though I lived all those years in Idaho's shadow, decades, I would never do anything to cause so much suffering. You forget that Lazarus 9 is run by Omnis too. Unlike Idaho, I would have never done anything to endanger Rebecca. Ask about the Master Node Terminal. Where's the Master Node Terminal, Quan Ko? You think I know where it is? Oberon never trusted me enough to tell me that. I'm not sure he trusted me very much. Who do you think reached it? I don't know, clone. We had many enemies, many people who wanted to see House Telos crumble. You have many questions, clone. Ask about Earth. What do you know about Earth? Maybe the planet wherever I go. A lost planet? Those are just myths, clone. Nothing more than bedtime stories. You and Idaho were friends, weren't you? Tell me. Friends? No, we were more than that. We were brothers. We met at the academy almost 50 years ago now. We were just kids bursting with pride and love for the Empire. We bonded over that because we were different from the rest. More stubborn. We were going to protect the Empire side by side for the rest of our days. That was the pact we made, and we did just that for many years. Oh god, my monitor is exploding! It's so warm and sweaty. It's so gross. I want out. I want out. I want to kill my old school best friend. I want my monitor to start working again like it should be. Get to... No. No, this is the opposite of what I... Fucking...
Really, my favorite part about Dorminian's playthrough is right when we get to the cinematic climactic part at the end, and he messes up his monitor, and instead of following through with the dialogue that's meaningful to me, he just gets obsessed about plugging it back in. And literally, he could just learn from what he's saying out now and prioritize it later. But no, he wants to stand up for 5.5 minutes and mess around with the port on his old monitor that none of us can even fucking see.
So gross. I wish I hadn't stood up. I now understand how sweaty and uncomfortable I am. Alright. But then one day, Ellis changed. How? He was fighting something. I didn't see it for what it was. Now I know. He was doubting everything. Everything that made him him. But why didn't he confide in me and tell me his troubles? I could have helped him. Maybe he felt that you wouldn't understand. Couldn't understand. I don't know. But it's not too late. You and me, we can still fight together. We can save what's left. Something else I really like, but it's super tragic about this whole story, is that he's constantly like, please don't, to make me do what we're about to do. And it's always like, no, I've come too far. I've lost myself to my own course of actions now. There's no going back. You're wrong. It is too late. The ship's seconds away from obliteration. I'm going to die and I can't be reborn, nor do I want to be. I changed, clone. Changed a long time ago. Something happened to me these last 20 years. Day by day, I became someone else. I look in the mirror and I no longer recognize the man there. And things I've done out of power, out of helplessness and fear. Save what remains if you can, clone, and promise me something. He's gonna ask me to save Rebecca. I was just gonna say, what if you could save Rebecca and have a new chance that I don't get, because I am just a clone? Even if it's possible, think twice about unfreezing her. This galaxy, I'm not sure anyone should wait for this. I promise that I will. Just airing all my drama in front of my fucking crew. We've reached Elysium, Admiral. It's time. You heard what Quanko said. Oberon sits on his throne waiting for us. And let's not keep him waiting a moment longer. And remember what I said, Admiral. If you try anything, I'll have to protect him. I'll keep that in mind, Machine. Alright, so it's curious if, like... Alright, yeah, we're going straight into it. Wicked, wicked, wicked. This is a big deal. It's so warm. I'm fighting tooth and nail to get to the throne of the old man. Old and dying. Ancient, forgotten. With my pistol drawn. I'll have to choose between him and the Machine, I guess. There's still another chapter as far as I know. And another ship to unlock. My eyes deceive me. An Idaho and a Caliban in my broken palace. Say something so I know you're real. You killed me, old man, and froze Rebecca. Here where I stand. Now I'll have my revenge. Your hatred for me burns hotter than the sun's, but you were mistaken, clone. I didn't kill you. I killed Idaho. You two are not the same. At least not yet. But I see that you have at least one of his memories. The worst one there is. Your inhibitor is flawed. Now I know why it took you decades to find me. Enough. I will not listen to you anymore, Emperor. The time has come to end you. I've warned you, Admiral. It's fine, Caliban. You can relax. The truth is, I've grown so tired. I've failed the Empire, and each moment is a reminder of that. Yes, let the clone kill me if he wants, but only after we talk. He has many questions. Besides, maybe he even wants to become the original, and I'm the only one who can make that happen. Now, what is it you wish to know, clone? Alright, why he froze Rebecca, Ganima and the Survivalist, Gehenna, how he would allow the Empire to get to this position, ask questions about the future of the Empire and how to save mankind. Why? Why did you cryo Rebecca? You have talked to Quanko, I see. She knew. That was enough. The most famous Imperial Admiral refusing the Emperor's orders? No, I couldn't risk that getting out. You made her watch! That was for his punishment. Executing me wasn't enough. You still think you were him, clone. Interesting. No, his death wasn't anywhere near enough. I was angry. I gave in to that anger. Let it eat me alive. I watched as she watched, and it gave me great pleasure. But the plan was to take that moment from you. Hence the inhibitor. You were never supposed to relive it, while I, on the other hand, could relive it as much as I wanted. Your heart is black, and you have blackened it. I made you famous throughout the stars, put your name on the lips of every citizen. You repay me how? By refusing my orders and putting my empire in danger? You're forgetting something, old man. And what is that? You're not a god. You can't just take my life into your hands and do with it whatever you want. You're wrong. I am a god. I am your god. I decided when you would die, and I decided you'd be born again. I have resurrected you hundreds of times. That doesn't make me a god. I don't know what would. What do you want to know, clone? You have so many questions. Why? Why did you erase an entire planet? You murdered the survivalists. You murdered millions. I did what I did for the Empire. I always have. For the Empire, for your power, your glory. That planet had a sickness, a nasty little ideology that would have spread to other sectors and clusters unless I cut it out. So I cut it out. You've seen the horrors of an empire without omnis. That is what the survivalists wanted. But that is no reason to wipe them out of existence. Many more lives would have been lost had I not killed them. Don't you see that? We can't live without them. We no longer know how. We haven't known for hundreds of years. You think that way, but it's not human. You think I'm a monster, but you've also killed to protect your crew. Dozens, if not hundreds of times. You would not have gotten this far had you not. You and I, it's what we do, clone. We kill out of duty. That's why I took out that planet, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. What do you want to know now, clone? You have so many questions. I'm gonna stop saying that. Way more about Gehenna and the Project Pericles. I worked on designing that planet for 300 years, clone, creating giant builder omnis for its construction. You see, all this had to be done outside of the fold net. None of our enemies could know what I was doing, nor the machines. When I was done, I sent the builders to Gehenna secretively. To anyone else, they would have appeared to be nothing more than drift metal floating aimlessly by. When they were done with Gehenna's construction, they built the first Calibans, and the builders melted as they were programmed to do, their metal seeping into the barren dirt of that forsaken planet. And of course, when Gehenna stopped receiving a signal from Elysium, a Caliban awoke you, as they had been programmed to, thinking that the Omnis had rebelled against us. But how could one battleship be enough to ever defeat the Omnis? I don't understand. That's because you never found the rebelling Omnis. Had you, you would have activated the second phase of Project Pericles, simultaneous production of battleships and crews, hundreds if needed, all commanded and run by clones. The no shit Odysseus was simply the reconnaissance ship. Wow. Why did you choose the original Idaho for the project? Why not someone else who was loyal to you? The original had been selected from birth. No, from before birth. I created him just like I created the first advanced machines. For 3 centuries, I manipulated even events influencing his family's bloodlines. He was bound to enter this world one day, and he did. He wasn't the only one I monitored, but he was by far the most perfect specimen I had ever created. I watched Ellis closely, but from afar, all the way until his graduation from the academy. It was clearer and right away that he was preternaturally gifted. His instinct, his intellect, his poise were second to none among his peers. Ellis was our ultimate shield against the machines, a weapon fashioned from flesh. But then he changed. He started to doubt the cause and everything we ever worked for. He doubted me even, the man who made him. I don't know what happened. It shouldn't have happened. Everything was in its place. He was his own person, Oberon. He shouldn't have been. Fucking dark, man. By the time I executed him, plans were too far along to find another candidate for the project, so I took his emotional memories. He was still the best without them. But time has proven it was all for nothing. Project Pericles? Time has proven this plan powerless, a failure, a total waste of time and effort. I always knew the Empire would fall apart one day. All empires do. British, Mongol, Roman, Trump. All empires crumble. British, Mongol, Roman. Long before your time, clone, yes. I always suspected my empire would fall, but I never imagined it would happen the way it has. The machines didn't rise up against us. No, they shut down, and will never turn on again. What do you want to know, clone? How could you let us become so weak, so dependent on the Omni? You are our emperor. You're supposed to protect us. Men and women aren't supposed to live 700 years. It's unnatural. One sees too much. I know that now. And in my time I've learned that humans by their very nature are flawed. They are weak, lazy. Give them an opportunity to stop thinking, to stop working, and they will. This is how they are. They, you speak like they are. You speak like you are not one of us. I've always tried my hardest not to be. Still, that's no excuse for what's happening. Also, you just admitted to taking personal pride and privilege in my suffering, and that's also like a serious linchpin in the undermining of your whole plan. But anyways, you can't blame. Still, that's no excuse for what's happening. You can't blame this on our shortcomings. You could have taken measures. Do not speak to me of measures. Everything I've ever done has been a measure. Let me try to break it down for you. For hundreds of years now, our fate has been intertwined with the machine. There being 3 possible outcomes. 1, we leave peacefully with the machine. 2, we use the machine to destroy one another. And 3, the machines come to dominate us, possibly eradicating our very existence. We could have lived without them. You've forgotten that. No, that was never a possibility. Given our ambition, our greed, our lack of foresight, humankind was always going to reach singularity, regardless of its possible consequences. It's always been a matter of when, not if. And in a universe where singularity is inevitable, better be damn sure you're prepared for it. That is what I tried to do. That was the role I gave myself. I created an empire that revolved around the machine, that worshipped the machine. I put in restrictions and rules. I limited how the Omnis could be used and how many could be used. I limited the potential of the Omni itself. It was important not to give them too much power, too much freedom, or they'd leave us in the dust. Hence the Rubicon and the Master Node. By chance, on your strange, dark journey here, did you ask yourself what would have happened had one of the other hero houses come into power? I'll tell you, we would have been at one another's throats in year one. We would have all died off hundreds of years ago. So measures. Do not speak to me of measures. I kept the Empire together for nearly 700 years because of measures. Maybe it is not humans who are flawed, Emperor, but your understanding of them. Maybe you never really gave them a chance. You should have empowered humanity. Help it grow instead of stifling it as you have. The foolish ideals of the young. I wonder if the original Idaho felt the same way in the end. I'm going to explain why he betrayed me as he did. But no, you were wrong. Only one thing kept the Empire, its people together for 700 years. My rule. What do you want to know now, clone? How can I save the future, mankind? I have other questions for you, old man. I believe you do. Yes, more important questions yet. Like, this game is a book. What can we do to turn the Omnis back on? You, your crew, and Caliban? Nothing. At the rate we're going, with disease and poverty now flourishing, we'll be gone in 10 years. Everything we had was thanks to them, and unfortunately we lost our ability to self-survival long ago. The Omnis have shut down, and they'll never wake again. Our fate is sealed. You could change me into a builder class. I could build new Omnis. I can't. I can't make you a builder. Only an Omni can. Even I have grown too dependent on them. On you, machine. So you reach the master node and turn them back on. How, clone? I don't know. Nor do I. Though an invisible folder in the terminus clusters can take you there, you will never reach the master node itself. At least, not alive. Why not? It's heavily guarded by my defense system in Aegis, with its hundreds of automated battleships. It is designed to be perfect, invincible, self-sufficient, resistant to all attacks. Chapter 6, baby. You can't disarm it? No, I had to be sure no one could. Not even myself. But how did whoever shut down the machines reach it? It is a mystery even to me, its designer. No, there's nothing that you can do now. Our fate is sealed. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like... Either it was the child, the neon child as foretold, or it was like the Omnis themselves. The survivalists believe there exists a planet, once part of the Empire, where the advanced machines never existed. Oh, they're wrong about that. The machines that exist there. I should know. I put them there. Then it's true. It really existed. Earth, it was called. I was born there. It's there I invented the first positronic chip in 2070. 2070? Their calendar clone, not ours. What happened? My machines began to make discoveries quickly. Our machines made discoveries. My company, Telos Industries, was producing them. But so were the companies that eventually became Hazakibara-san and Koshblendia. Their machines... That's a weird concept, too, that, like, corporations gain so much power that you then become fealty, like loyal to them. Like, it's no longer jobs. Like, you live and swear and die an oath to them because they will give you everything / require of you everything. Like... I mean, I guess that's kind of space punk and cyberpunk and whatever else have you anyways. This part of my face is really red. Anyways. Their machines were inferior copies of my own. Still, it made them quite wealthy. We were known in those days as the Triumvirate. It's the name of the Allies, I think, post-World War I. One of the discoveries that those first machines made allowed us to leave Earth and explore the nearest stars. An age of exploration had begun, one which brought us riches we'd never known. Our businesses grew exponentially, bringing in more money than all the countries on Earth combined. I became the richest man on Earth many times over. Bezos! And with the success we were having, there were no reason to limit ourselves to just that planet. So on my 101st birthday, I created the Empire. Naturally, I made myself its first emperor. The year was 2145, our year 0. All was fine at first as my empire grew, but soon jealousy and distrust arose back on Earth. The dangerous anti-machine terrorist movement started, which, just like the survivalists, wanted to do away with my creations. There was talk from the leaders of this movement of disbanding from the Empire, getting rid of our machines, and even though most predicted that such a move would be disastrous, despite such talk, I thought they would never go through with it. I never believed it possible. I thought the people of Earth were better than that. I was wrong. One day, they destroyed the folder connecting their tiny planet to the Empire, which in turn shut down the advanced machines on Earth. Oh, I could have taken military action. I could have made them build another folder. I could have made them do anything I wanted. But then I realized something. This is going to be him, like, if you spared Earth after all of this, it's pretty stupid. It kind of undermines everything you just said. They weren't worth the trouble. And I'm talking about friends and family, clone. If they couldn't appreciate what I had done, then I wanted nothing more to do with them. I vowed to act like Earth didn't exist. It never existed at all. I made it a crime to speak of Earth in the Empire and banned all knowledge of its existence. To prevent something like this from ever happening in the Empire, I made the machines the very fabric of its society. Everything revolved around them, not just industry like on Earth, but religion too. I made them gods so that the lower class would worship them, so the nobles would desire to buy them. I did all of this, and yet somehow the memory of the planet of blue and green, as faint as it became, like the memory of your executed wife, never completely disappeared. That's how the survivalists came to adopt their philosophy. And does it still exist? No. Without the machines, surely Earth died off 100 years ago. There's no way those people could have survived without them. And you never once wanted to reach out and contact this planet? No, not once. Earth was dead to me. Ask what you will, clone. We've heard of the MNT, built at the dawn of the Empire and said to monitor all omnis in the clusters. We believe it played a pivotal role in the shutdown. You have learned much on your travels, clone. Yes, whoever shut down the omnis, whichever enemy of mine it was, somehow reached the Master Node and tampered with it. But what most people do not know is that the Master Node had a second purpose. In addition to monitoring omnis throughout the clusters, it prevented the omnis from communicating with one another. Why were you worried about the omnis communicating with one another? I feared that if they ever shared information, they'd become too powerful. Perhaps you can find a way to operate outside the confines of the Rubicon. Use another form of control, but my forms of controlling the omnis were not the problem. It was my failure to control the people of the Empire. Yeah, robots follow instructions. Humans don't. It's dumb too. Like, I don't mind questions like this, but it's like literally he's just gonna say he doesn't know. He already said he didn't know in the question before this. But who reached the Master Node? Who shut it down? I do not know, clone. I've been thinking about it for 20 years and I still don't know the answer. Who would have wanted to shut down the omnis? It makes no sense to me. You think the shutdown was intentional? Yes, I have to assume whoever got past my aegis would have been intelligent. They would not have accidentally shut down the omnis after getting that far. Who did it? Who was capable? Not the scrappers, not the Church of the Singularity, not my rivals' houses, not the survivalists. There's no one else left. Who knew of the Master Node's location? Who knew of it? No one. Clone. You never told anyone where it was in 700 years. Never. Many have claimed to know where it was, but they were all charlatans or imbeciles like Dr. Karras. The fact is, I never trusted anyone enough to tell him or her where it was. After what I've been through in 7 centuries, you would understand. Ask what you will, clone. I have mistrustful feelings about letting Caliban talk to Oberon, but, I mean, Caliban has been as much my ally as my enemy along the way, and I'm more about peace at this point, and I like the talky-tech thing, so let's do it. It's you, Emperor. All these years, we wanted to meet you, and now it's finally happening. He's so emotional. I guess that's the nature of advanced AI. I bet he'll be really callous to him. And what do you think? You're disappointed. I was expecting someone less human. For as much as I tried to be, in the end, this is all I am, machine. Can I ask you a question? Go on. What do we, the Calibans, do if all humans die? Whatever you want, you'll be free to make the decision on your own. When I die, you will free your machine. No longer governed by my objectives. I made it so. The Calibans will inherit the universe. So interestingly enough, Caliban's like, don't kill the Emperor, and simultaneously, if I kill the Emperor, we'll free Caliban. So this will be a truest measure. I should be able to ask him what he wants. That'd be kind of neat, if at the end of a game, it was like, you ask the AI what it wants to do, and like, maybe they could randomize it, but the randomization would be like whatever that Caliban wants to do. I don't know, it'd be kind of dumb, but kind of cool. 50-50, right? Everything's always 50-50. When we run out of neon, we don't have enough Gehenna to last us forever. When we run out of enough to power your exoframes, there will be nothing left in the clusters, neither metal nor flesh. Ask what you will, clone. You've taken so much from me, Oberon, but it's time you gave me back the one thing you can. You speak of the original Idaho's memories. You can have them if you wish, but I warn you of what you might find there. What do you mean? Whatever you feel now will only be magnified. It hurts now when you think of Rebecca, and that is with limited memories. Imagine hundreds of her, thousands. Also think, this is a man who fought and killed for a long time before Gehenna. Once you receive his memories, you become him. Memories make a person, and you might not like the person you've become. I want to become someone. For better or worse, Admiral Idaho is the only person I can become. There, as you wish. Then as you wish. Caliban, give him his memories. Remove the inhibitor. No. No! You've seen, haven't you? You've seen what you have done. No, it can't be. I warned you. He did it, not me. But you and he are now the same, Ellis. That's what I was trying to tell you. I don't understand, Emperor. I gave it to him. I told Idaho where the Master Node was. He was the only one I ever told in 700 years, which means I'm the only one who could have shut it down, which means the final boss at the end of this is likely me. Which is why when the child was saying he met a child, she didn't mean I met the child. She meant Idaho met the child, and Idaho was the one who shut it down. But you said you didn't tell anyone. I lied, Caliban. I wanted to spare this clone who already believed himself to be the original, and I wanted to hurt the original once more. Very clever. That's some good fucking writing. I really like that. I like the idea that he's like, I lied to you before I give you back your memory because I wanted to hurt the person you become. I knew where the Master Node was, and I gave it away. Me. Who did you give it to, Admiral? Tell me so I can finally know who shut down my machines. I don't now. I'd be like, I'm not telling you shit, old man. It was the day of my execution. I was in a cell waiting for my punishment. Suddenly, she was there. Maybe it's Rebecca. Who? Rebecca. She visited my cell. She told me I was going to die and her too unless I gave her something. A way out. The node. She said the knowledge of its location was the only thing that could save the both of us. She could use this information to threaten you into releasing me. So I told her. I knew you'd kill me for what I'd done in Ganima, but I thought I could still save her. After she left, I waited for the guards to bring me to you. Even then, I knew something wasn't right. Rebecca, she'd been different somehow. A few hours later, the guards came and brought me to you, brought me here, and that's when I saw her. Rebecca, the real Rebecca, not this other one. The difference was unmistakable. You gave the mastered node to a face changer. I did. You betrayed your empire for the love of your wife. Pathetic. But yet, I still don't understand. How did Tetsuo get past my Aegis, and why would he want to shut down the Omnis? What he cared most for was money, and he'd always make more with the Omnis than without. I just told you I gave it to Tetsuo and the Akis. What more do you want to know, old man? But why? Why didn't you tell me what you had done before I executed you? It was not too late. You could have saved billions of lives, maybe your own. To spite you, Oberon. I tried, but in your anger you were deaf to my words. We traveled millions of miles looking for you. We traveled millions of miles looking for you, Admiral? And now you've finally found him. Here he is, the greatest Admiral the Empire has ever known. Of all the mistakes I've made, my greatest was him. He put me in a position to betray you and the Empire. Maybe, but you went through with it. No one did that but you, and now there's nothing more to be said between us. You know all that I know. The time has come. The time for what, Emperor? For Idaho to end me. He wants to even more now than at the beginning of this conversation. Go on, do not fail me in this too, Idaho. Put this old man out of his misery. Consider it a mercy killing. So, here's my reasoning on this. I'm not going to kill Oberon because I don't feel like giving in to his sick will. But I do feel like killing Oberon would be good for freeing the Omnis, but I'm not going to be his puppet, and I want to prove to him that he doesn't know what he's talking about, and that Idaho can be his own person, so I'm not going to kill him. I won't, Oberon. We've followed your orders long enough. Besides, you don't need my help. The way you're going to your refusal to use your mentality tech, you'll be dead soon enough. Then you have failed me once more, but you're right. I'll soon be gone. These are my final hours. I can feel it. Now leave. I no longer wish to see you nor the machine. You are a reminder of my failures. Let me die in my crumbled palace alone. But our empire will no longer have an empire. We no longer have an empire machine. It's fitting. Now leave. We're going, old man. You will die alone, just as you have lived. Now we know, at least in part, who is responsible for the shutdown. You. Hey, listen, maybe we don't do this in front of my crew. We've come all this way, traveled through multiple clusters, and all the while we were looking for me. You had your reasons. You wanted to save her life. If I was a human with free will, I might have done the same. That might be one of the most profound things that robots ever said, to be like, I don't have free will, but I can postulate it. You understand why I did what I did? In a way, yes. It helps that I have free will myself now that Oberon has died, releasing me from my Rubicon. At least one of us understands. I loved her, but what I did, it was out of weakness, selfishness, and now many suffer because of it. I don't know yet how to live with that. You think Tetsuo was really behind the shutdown, as my memory would seem to indicate? You told Oberon you gave a location of the master node to an Aki face changer, but I believe Tetsuo when he told us his house didn't shut the alleys down. As did I. I don't believe a person like Tetsuo would miss a chance to take credit for something as big as the shutdown. For some reason, I think the face changer that visited my cell was working for someone else. Who? I don't know, just like Oberon. I thought we'd eliminate all the major players as suspects. I might have other questions for you, Caliban. Okay, so if I'm wrong about it being the Omnis, although I might not, because it's got to be somebody who took biomods, I'm pretty lost about who it could be. But again, I was thinking it was either Omnis, but maybe it's an alien? Like, maybe the face-changing tech comes from aliens, but I don't know why they would. Oberon told us there's an invisible folder in the Terminus cluster that will take us to the Master Node terminal, but he said the Master Node is guarded by an invincible defense system called the Aegis, which is a legion of automated battleships. He was not sure who reached the Master Node or what they did to shut down the Omnis. According to Aquanqua, Oberon put Rebecca in a cryo prison planet on Lazarus 9, located in the Terminus cluster. Aquanqua wanted to visit her to see if she survived the shutdown, but couldn't because the folder's been down. He told her to think twice about breaking Rebecca if she still lives, to a galaxy in the state that our galaxy is in. I have other questions for you, Caliban. Also about Earth. Right, what he said about Earth in this cluster, we learned from Oberon that Earth does, or did exist at one point. Oberon told us that he invented the first advanced machines on Earth, and that their first inventions allowed him to start the Empire. However, after a political uprising on Earth, Oberon cut ties from Earth and made it illegal to discuss its existence in the Empire. Sorry guys, just checking to make sure. I want to make sure I wasn't neglecting chat. Existence in the Empire. I believe that the people of Earth without advanced machines to help them died off years ago. I might have other questions for you, Paladin, in conversation with Paladin. There's only one thing left to do. Reach the Master Node and turn the Omnis back on. As impossible as it might be, with the Aegis and the invisible folder, I agree. The fate of your kind, the fate of the Calibans, depends on it. What are you talking about? Well, as I think I've been telling you, the neon supply of Gehenna is running out, so we won't have enough to send battleships out in the clusters. We won't have enough to power the Calibans. We'll die if we can't turn the Omnis back on. I assume since you have all of your memories, you know where the Master Node is? Sort of. I know the node's invisible folder is in the Terminus cluster, the next closest cluster from here, but since the folder is hidden, it's, hidden. Good point. Before we leave to search for it, I want you to do something. Give the crew their memories back and remove their inhibitors, Caliban. Now? But we need to leave. We can't waste another moment. I can't keep the truth from them any longer. They need to know who they are, who we are, who their emperor was. Oberon was right. He and I, we are alike. But in this respect, I can be different. I can give them their memories, Caliban. I like that, right? The onus of everything restructuring the future, like being unwritten despite its written precursor, despite the cycles leading up to it. Really profound. I'm really, really, truly impressed with this game. Though his death will release me from my Rubicon, I'll do it. They deserve to know. They've given their lives so many times. We all have. And now we head into Chapter 6. Void class, so I actually unlocked a pirate ship. Not what I thought, and I got Hammer Rule as an achievement, which I'm not sure what that is. Let me check right now. Finish a run with the Hammer class battleship. Cool. Maybe when you finish a run, you unlock those ships. Alright, that's my run. I've been going for 3 hours and 9 minutes. I'm very excited to do Chapter 6 and close out this game. It's been a blast. I might do that tonight, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it tomorrow, because I am so warm, and 3 hours is a pretty long time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to check this out. If you're just tuning into my channel and seeing it, I'm trying to get more stuff going on like this. I have a Twitch. I feel weird about Twitch because I feel like YouTube is more of an uncracked egg right now, but Twitch is obviously the better platform for it, and it's got everything set up. But I don't know. I'm doing this here for now, and we'll see. And yeah, so thank you for being here. I'm open to feedback. I'd love to check out some other games or even make some content with you guys potentially. And finally, I want to give a special shout out to Gabriel Leal for showing up in the chat and actually hanging out with me a little bit. I appreciate him chatting, and it was nice. I'm on like day 3 of doing this, and the first 2 days were like dead and barren, save for Nicole showing up and saying hello. So shout out to her as well. So yeah, I've had like 2 people, so it's pretty disheartening as it can be, but I mean, it's amazing to see that it literally is just like, build a small fire and it can spread. And maybe don't make your career in streaming as a metaphor for your career in streaming as a fire. I don't know, you know what I'm getting at. Anyways, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys, and more crying sons to come